She won't say if her famous father will walk her down the aisle. In fact, actress Liv Tyler won't really say anything about her impending wedding at all.
Oh, geez.
But her boyfriend says they might tie the knot next year.
I didn't even know her situation. I didn't know Liv Tyler was involved.
Yeah, neither did I. You don't hear much about her relationships.
And you know why?
Why?
Nobody cares. Liv Tyler. I care as much about her as I do about Alicia Silverstone. I almost forgot her name. Where's she been?
Yeah, she has.
Besides eating Malamars. Bonbons.
At the premiere of the new Lord of the Rings movie, fiancé Royston Langdon said they might marry late next summer. All Tyler would say to report...
She's involved with one of the lords? Is that the deal?
Sounds like it, yeah. Royston Langdon. It's a lot of N's.
Yes.
Should just be Royce.
Okay.
All Tyler would say to reporters is, quote, "It is none of your business."
Ow!
Boy.
Wow.
She's real nice.
There you go. What else is going on? What else is happening in the world that we need to know about today, Terry Free?
Well, for some reason, you might want to check out this website because apparently there's a picture on it where you see Jennifer Lopez picking her nose and eating.
Oh, jeez.
Do you want the website?
Come on, Terry. What the hell? I'm just sitting here newly, fresh off a nice... Never mind.
Well, do you...
Unless it's streaming video, I'm not interested.
Oh, okay.
I sent a
right,
picture.
then.
That's
Yeah.
obviously probably some doctored photo. What's the website? Go ahead.
It's www.jlols.330.ca.
Yes. On that.
That was quick.
All right. You want to give it again? So, Stephen, he said it was too quick.
Okay, jlols.330.ca.
Ah, okay.
What do you see, Stephen? What do you got?
Well, I'm entering now.
I know you can only use one hand because you're picking your nose and eating it with the other.
I don't know where to look for it.
Is it a website that needs some navigating, Terry? What do you got to do once you get there?
There's a backslash with TEMP.
Oh, well, this is important, Terry.
Yeah.
Well, backslash BOGER.
Wait.
I'm going to put booger in there.
CA and then
BOGER.
That's how they spell it.
Bogger.
Oh, yeah. Backslash TEMP.
Okay.
Backslash BOGER.
Okay.
EATERJEN.JPG.
You were going to leave that out?
This page can't be found.
Can't be found?
All right. Well, let me. I think I misspelled it.
Do it again, Terry.
No, I don't need it again.
There's only an hour left in the show now. You got it or what?
I'm getting there. Man, I don't know why.
You already there, Wayman?
Wayman got it.
Oh, there it is.
Wayman's good.
It's a collection of 5 different photos. Kind of like in the old days when you used to go to the stationery store and there'd be that book, you turn the pages real fast and the comic strip would move.
Right.
Yes. Well, Jennifer Lopez, if I turn the computer really fast, she moves. And obviously still, even though there are 5 photos supposedly taken one after the other, I'm not buying that she was... I have no problem with her picking her nose, but the eating it part? Come on.
I don't buy that they were taken in order.
You got them now up there,
Yeah,
Stephen?
I do, yeah.
But they are kind of a little bit condemning there for her.
Yeah, they are.
It's strangely erotic, too.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Can I agree with that real quick? What else is going on, Terry?
I know you'd be happy to hear this. There's going to be a...
All right, anyone who wants the sick and disgusting website, call Jimmy Fred Wayman right now. He'll give it to you.
Okay. I was hoping that you wouldn't.
And you can reach him at 1-866-663-T-Man. He'll be the rude guy on the other end of the line.
Yeah, easy to tell.
Yeah, the balding little rude guy. What's that now?
I am rude, but I'm not balding.
Okay, don't be rude. All right?
Rude.
All right.
He recognizes he's rude now?
Wow.
In about a year, he'll recognize his
I
balding.
think compared to balding, he'd rather be rude. Okay. Go ahead. What else,
I'm going
Terry?
to tell you how Rocky 6 is going to be made. Yes, it's coming out.
Rocky 6.
Rocky 6.
And Sylvester Stallone's going to be a part of it?
He sure is.
And what about Paulie? I need to know about Paulie, Terry.
I don't know
Does
about
Paulie get a
Paulie.
paycheck this holiday season?
I don't know.
Rocky 6.
Yes.
How long of a break has there been between Rocky 5 and Rocky 6? Rocky 5, if I remember correctly, was like 1990.
Yep. 1991, right around there.
Save it on that.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
So MGM is in final negotiations with Sylvester. So
they're not shooting yet.
Not shooting yet.
But
no,
it
no.
looks like it's going to come about. Rocky
Yes.
6. And Sylvester Stallone is going to be, obviously, the focal point of the
Yes.
movie.
He will
It's
also-
not going to be like Rocky's son or something stupid like that. He's
No.
gonna box?
Well,
Hey,
he-
Sylvester Stallone, what is he, pushing 50, 55?
Gotta be.
He's going to play a 50-year-old Rocky Balboa.
Who sells Rocky Balboa grills? And makes his living on that or what?
Bingo, no.
Long retired boxing star who makes his money by selling the grill.
Yeah, and does well at it, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
He will runs a local youth center, but is lured out of retirement for one last fight.
One last fight.
Yeah.
I thought we saw one last fight in Rocky 3. And then I thought we saw one last fight in Rocky 4 when he had the brain damage. And then, of course, Rocky 5 was his final,
That's it.
yes.
Street fight.
His final bow.
Right.
In 1990.
Yes, but then the year 2018. He's lured out of retirement homes for one final fight.
What could possibly lure him? I mean, who's really going to piss him off this time?
I don't know. But somebody is going to get under Rocky Balboa's skin. Hey, I don't take kindly to that. All right. Just so you know.
Should fight Tyson, maybe.
Oh. Butterbean? All right. Well, we'll have to look forward to that, I guess.
Yeah, because not only will he star in it, he's going to write it and produce it too. So.
Almost as much as we look forward to Stephen Kilbreth punching up random websites. That's how much I'm looking forward to it, Terry. Rocky 6. He's going to have his biggest fight ever, Rocky will, of course. He's going to go up against a movie-going public that really doesn't give a crap at this point.
no kidding.
That's going to be his toughest battle of all time. Let's see how Rocky is able to pull this one out.
Well, if they have a good theme song, maybe they can work it out.
Oh, yeah.
The hip-hop version of Gonna Fly Now.
Ja Rule.
Soon to be released. Help from Jay-Z. Yeah. Gonna make it happen.
Meet me halfway one time.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's over the top.
Wrong movie.
Combine the two. An arm wrestling boxing match, I'm in.
The T-Man. Where do they teach you to talk like this? In some Panama City sailor want a hump bar? Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
Kelly Clarkson nearly in tears when asked about the biggest change since winning the American Idol title. Today's Star Magazine headline screams, "Cheating Kelly lied to get shot at Stardom."
Now I'm reading the paper today. Did you read this? She may be a total fraud.
Oh, geez, if the girls from The View are talking about it, you know it's really hit the mainstream, Terry.
Oh, yes.
Those ladies from The View don't waste their time. They only talk about subjects that matter.
Now I'm reading the paper today. Did you read this? She may be a total fraud.
Oh, geez.
The article alleges that well before Clarkson had auditioned for American Idol,
I'm glad that the ladies from The View are using the Star Magazine as their major source
Yeah, they call it a paper.
of information.
she had been under contract with three high-profile Hollywood songwriters, Jerry Goffin, formerly Carole King's husband, Michael Bloom, and Barry Goldberg. According to American Idol rules, contestants are ineligible if they have already received any type of talent representation or a recording contract.
And apparently she had 3 different ones? Mm-hmm. How come no one knew about it until now? No one stepped forward during her whole run on American Idol.
Well, on the Kelly Clarkson Behind the Music thing that I watched, they had her with that Carole King's husband. You know, that she worked with him.
You're joking about that. Please tell me you were. They already have a VH1 Behind the Music on her?
I don't know if it was something, yeah.
Right.
Something of that nature.
Yes.
Making the video.
I don't know. I think that would be pretty clear as a violation if it was known then, and why it didn't come out then and it's coming out now is kind of interesting to me. Mm-hmm. Maybe because American Idol 2 is about to be launched, they have to get some buzz going for it to make sure that the ratings are where they were. Fox has a lot of pressure to at least tie or exceed the ratings of the last one.
So tear down poor Kelly
Right.
just for
we
your
don't-
own
we
benefit.
don't need her anymore. Let's tear the bitch down. That's what they're saying over at Fox. All she gets is laryngitis anyway. What good is she?
Yeah.
We give her great stardom. What does she give us? Dates that she has to cancel.
Oh.
So we'll use her to get the buzz going for American Idol 2. Well, we promise no frauds.
And what will happen to Clarkson and her Idol crown if the allegations are proven true remains to be seen.
Oh, well, at least she has the ability now to pose for Penthouse
Right.
That's what we'll see her next.
and not lose her crown.
I'm
Right.
sure she won't care if they take her crown away.
Right.
At this point.
Can't believe it's happening to me.
The #1 wedding song.
Yes.
Is that show coming on again?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
You only have to wait, Hotshot, a couple of more weeks.
Make it go away.
Oh, jeez.
Please. Begging you.
Look, speaking of making it go away. Good morning, Matthew.
Yes, T-Man.
Yes, I understand you're talking on the other side of the glass to Jimmy Fred Weeman about whether or not you can bring your mother to the in-studio Christmas party. Is that going to be your guest?
Yes. It's either that or I can't go.
You find that rather cute, Terry?
I think that's kind of neat.
Mother-son combination of the in-studio Christmas party. Is that what it's turned into, Terry?
But my mom's a little bit paranoid.
Okay. The only way I could see your mom getting the invite as your guest to the in-studio Christmas party is if she wears a Star Trek outfit, too. Okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Unless she's in full Star Trek garb, she will not be let in the door.
How can I get her in full Star Trek?
Don't start getting the high-pitched sounds. You find a way, all right? It's a big Star Trek weekend for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And the reason I called was to ask Weeman if he knew what time it was going to first show over here.
Okay.
You can get a paper.
I can't. Because
Well,
the money I do got.
are you prepared to outfit your mom in head-to-toe Star Trek gear, yes or no?
I'm ready if I have the money.
Well, doesn't mom?
Don't you have any ability to be a little bit crafty and make your own costumes, like I was told by my mother back in the day?
I
Right.
think her probably look like Gyna.
Who?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh.
There you go.
It's hard to carry a conversation on in an extended period of time with Matthew Swager. I lose him at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, he speaks Klingon half the
Right.
time, which is weird.
There it is. Your mom can come. I don't care if you purchase. I don't care if you make your own, but she has to be, and has to be easily identifiable as full Star Trek gear. Okay?
Gotcha.
Okay.
Unless she's a player's choice or better.
Right.
Hey, T-Man.
Unless she has D cups.
That's your mom hot.
Yes. How hot is your mom, Matthew?
You guys.
My mom.
Are your parents still married?
What?
Your parents still married?
No.
Oh, shocker.
I got divorced.
Right.
Is that how that works?
Luckily, you haven't been affected by it, Matthew.
Okay.
Yes, Matthew. What was the question you wanted to ask?
Would you like to make a bet?
On what?
The Nemesis?
This is the first time ever I have no interest in making a bet.
Really?
All right? I don't want to bet on the Star Trek movie. But you enjoy it, okay, Matthew?
Okay.
Okay, sir.
But is his mom hot?
You're admitting that you'll
I don't
probably
know.
lose on that movie.
Okay, yes, I probably would. There you go. You win. Have a good time, Matthew.
Adios.
Right. Let me tell you, those Spanish classes are really starting to take hold.
Yeah, they're paying off.
No doubt about it. What else is going on, Terry? What else is happening?
Well, Stardates is going to be on E! Channel on Sunday, so you want to make sure you put your channel on there, your TiVo it.
Right.
Anyway, we talked about that the Star Dates, where regular people go out on blind dates with celebrities from the B list, like Eddie Munster and Gary Coleman and Dustin.
Yeah, but who are the
Screech.
B-list celebrities, Terry? Because you're talking about a lot of C's and D's there to be.
Well,
Dustin Diamond
Yeah.
and Eddie Munster. Mm-hmm. And all the crew.
yes. And so the first installment
Didn't
shows.
you mention, we talked about this in the past, didn't you
Yeah.
mention Gary Coleman?
Yes.
People like that. Mm-hmm. We're going to see them on dates with the washed-up stars of our television old days.
Right, just the regular old people going on
Right.
blind dates. That's kind of cool.
Sure.
But anyway, they also have Phyllis Diller. She's going on a blind date with somebody.
Who's Phyllis Diller?
I thought you'd be interested in seeing that,
Yes.
especially with Gary Coleman, a friend of the
Does anyone
family.
get to pet the cat? How old is Phyllis Diller?
80.
Probably.
Honestly, probably 80.
I'll say under.
Oh, God, Steven's going now. We're taking
Fascinating. What else? What else, Terry? I
Well-
can't wait to watch episodes of Stardate.
that on E! Channel.
There you go.
Also, there's a bad rumor going around in sync right now. And keep in mind, it's from a British internet site called Pop Bitch, which I've never heard of in my life.
Right?
But apparently it's a rumor about them and a little groupie and a really odd experience she had with them.
Okay, a groupie is reporting a story on a website called Pop Bitch, which
Yes.
you're making it clear may not be the most reputable site in the world because you've never heard of it.
Right.
Okay.
Well, have you? Okay.
No, I haven't.
All right, then.
But I have now. There are
yes.
a lot of sites out there I haven't heard of. But, okay, what is Pop Bitch saying about
Well-
the night that this groupie spent with NSYNC that you find troubling?
Apparently, she got, wasted with them or drunk with them and then ended up having sexual relations with pretty much all of them.
All of them or pretty much all of them?
Well, all of them.
Wow.
That's what this is reporting.
Okay.
Okay.
So any woman out there can make a claim and put it on a website, and Terry Free would go with it as long as she puts a disclaimer in, I've never heard of this website.
Yeah, don't blame me.
She had sex right there. You're probably going to tell me more about this story.
Yes.
There's probably more to it.
Yes.
But just right there. Let's stop it at that point and see if we believe it already. Do you think NSYNC is taking one groupie and passing her around the whole group in one night? Are they the type?
Yes.
They're too I don't feel it. I don't feel it. These guys are running trains on, there are 5 of them in the group, if you include Justin, right?
Yes.
In NSYNC. Yes. They're not running, they don't have it to be able to do that.
So maybe 2 or 3 of them, but not all 5.
Got to have the ability within the being to be able to pull something off like that. Not that it's some great accomplishment. You have to have some, you got to have some serious stones to be running a 5-on-1 train.
I don't think if you're them, you have to. It's easy. You just sit there.
I'm not saying it isn't easy for them. I just don't think they're the type to do it. Pass her around, perhaps. And that's what you're talking about. You're talking about in one night she had all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I'm not feeling. I think groupies that go after NSYNC, they decide they're the type of group that say, okay, yeah, she'd be good for Justin. Let's throw her that way because I don't like her at all. And then they're not the type to pass one girl around 5 ways.
Okay,
if
3
they
of them.
are, I got a lot more. I'd be shocked and rather somewhat impressed.
Yeah. Go out and buy their new album.
Right.
Support them.
As I said, not that it's the greatest, most admirable accomplishment in the world, but I just don't think they're the type of group to do that. I think they decide per groupie which one she would be best for, and maybe there's a groupie that 2 of them like, so 2 of them do. But all 5?
5's a little bit of a stretch. Okay, I'll give you 3.5.
What else does it go on to say? I'm sure it gets worse.
Well, actually, it does. Apparently, at some point, she kind of passed out and ended up vomiting and diarrhea all over the place.
Jeez.
All right. And basically, instead of helping her out, they pretty much videotaped her.
Okay, this is not true, Jay. Just because it's on some website doesn't mean we have to report it as fact. There are actually some people out there that think you have a little bit of credibility. I know it's shocking. I know it's ridiculous. But it's true. So if you report that story, and there is, yes, some possibility that it is true, but the chances are just minimal because it was on some website called Pop Bitch. Punch it up right now, by the way.
Was the Pop Bitch reporter like standing right there during all of this?
I'm right next to the feces. I'm right here.
Oh, jeez.
This girl is claiming that they just ignored her as she was vomiting. First of all, I'm sure this has happened, but it's never happened with me. Is it possible to puke and have it coming out of both situations at the same time?
Yes, it is.
You know from firsthand experience?
Yes, I do.
I don't want to look at you the rest of the day. You have gotten drunk to such a degree that you have had that situation happen.
Well, combined with that Chinese buffet I eat at 3 times a week, little food poisoning.
Nice.
Throw that in the mix, too. Yeah, it's definitely possible.
So it is possible.
You can lose control of...
I thought you either vomit or you have butt water, but you don't have both at the same time.
You can have both at the same time.
Pasty's nodding his head yes, too. you can leave the studio the rest of the morning, too, by the way. All right, so we have proven that as a possible, that is definitely something that's very possible. All right, so you got to break it down in its component parts and find out if it's feasible.
Okay.
That's possible.
All right.
Is it possible that NSYNC has it in them to pass one girl around to all 5 members in one night? I have my problem with it. If R. Kelly had a band with 4 other guys, I'm good with it.
Yeah, you're in there, right? That's easy.
Barry Manilow, sure. But these NSYNC boys, I don't know.
I hope not. They seem like good boys.
Yeah.
I want Justin to be cheating on Alyssa Milano.
Right.
Does Barry Manilow like girls? I've always wondered.
He's stuck on Barry.
Oh, yeah, Mandy, that's right.
Right.
He did like Mandy.
Let me tell you that Mandy, she was the biggest hoe in the world.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yes. So are there investigators looking into this, Terry? Probably not.
Well, like I said, I told you,
it's just something you found.
Something I found. It was really.
Have you gone to Pop Bitch there, Steven?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you see?
Well, they just have a couple of stories here. There's "Fact Me Till I Fart" is one of the headlines there. So
that's all I need to know. And the fact that you've made Steven have to say the fart word this morning is really taking it to levels that I don't want to have to hear about.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Terry. Thanks again for nothing. You can go home early today because you've done your work already.
That's it.
I've disgusted you that quick, huh?
Smearing the good name of 5 young lads
Yeah,
just trying to make a paycheck. Got enough problems now that Justin's left the band. Yeah. Looking at each other, what the hell do we do now?
The T-Man.
I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up, Mr. Announcer, sir, because I was just reading an email. An Ask T-Man letter from a dude who just got married back in the summer, and now his wife, I'm not going to read this whole thing because it goes on, but I'll give you the gist of it. His wife is getting on him because he's being reluctant to, she would like to dump their individual email addresses and have a joint email account. He says, T-Man, I was prepared for the joint checking accounts. I was prepared for combining other parts of our life, but not having an individual email address, isn't this a little too far? And I say, absolutely yes. What kind of crap is this? You can't have any independencies at all after you get married? Are you kidding me?
But sometimes, don't you think that, you guys have mutual friends, and it's a lot easier to communicate when you can do it all at once? Instead of just saying, okay, here, I'll email your wife.
He works out of his home. He does stock stuff out of his house, which means he's a day trader hack. And the days of that are over. Can't make money there anymore. And he would like to have his ability to get emails because he does admit in this letter that he keeps in contact with an ex-girlfriend, and he knows if he had a joint email account with his wife, he wouldn't be able to do that any longer because she'd flip her gourd.
Well,
he says there's nothing to the fact that he has still contact with his ex-girlfriend, and he appreciates the fact that he's able to communicate with his ex-girlfriend, and he doesn't want to have that eliminated in his life. And he has nothing to feel guilty about.
Okay, then if he has nothing to feel guilty about,
even if he has nothing to feel guilty about, you think the wife is going to allow that to continue? No! She's not going to allow the daily messages, the weekly, I don't know how often it is, to come in from the ex-girlfriend.
But don't you think it'll be worse if all of a sudden she discovers that, so you're still in contact? Why are you lying
She probably
to me?
knows. She probably senses that he still keeps in contact with his ex-girlfriend. That's why she's so insecure, even after they walked down the aisle and said, I do. And this is why she's so gung-ho, so spirited, so forceful with this getting the joint email account in his face. Well, why won't you do it? Why won't you do it? What are you trying to hide? What are you trying to hide? Are you cheating on me?
Oh, boy.
A man should be entitled, and so should a woman, by the way, to a lot of her individuality even after they get married, or at least some individuality, and they should be entitled to have their own email addresses and cell phones if they choose to.
Okay, but I don't necessarily see all the harm in at least sharing that, too.
I'm sure at home, Stephen and Amy, being the only married one of the crew here, have a combined email address, yes?
We do at home.
But Stephen has his own personalized work address where he can let all his little hoochies send private little messages to him that listen to the show. I'm sure he has his own little collection of women that send him little nasty messages and probably mean nothing.
Little nasty messages.
But if read by the wrong person, that being the wife,
or you,
or me, they could be taken out of context and exploited in certain ways against him. So he doesn't need to have the big fight over the prospect of getting the joint email account. This guy doesn't have that luxury. He works out of his house. He has one email account right now, and I guess he could, after he gets the joint email account, he can get another behind her back, but he pretty much is in his house all the time. And she'll probably sooner or later pick up the information, the knowledge that he has gotten a second email account. So he's putting up a big fight here. And he ends the letter with, T-Man, please tell her why this is ridiculous. I'm counting on you.
Well, he must be worried that he's trying to hide something a little too much then, if he's afraid.
Why can't you just acknowledge that he doesn't want to lose contact with his ex-girlfriend, and it could still be an innocent kind of conversational thing that they have going?
It totally can be, but he's afraid that she's not going to take it that way because probably not.
He knows that's exactly what he says, that she's not going to take it that way. He knows that if he gets this joint email account, he'll no longer be able to have that communication with his ex-girlfriend. He likes to have that in his life.
Well, their marriage is doomed.
And why shouldn't he be able to have that kind of communication with his wife, his ex-girlfriend, or whoever it may be out there that might be looked at the wrong way by his wife? He should be able to have some individuality.
And no one's saying that he shouldn't. But then again, if he already knows that his communication with his ex-girlfriend already makes his wife uncomfortable, then I think that out of respect for his wife and his marriage,
he should end it?
Yes. Regardless. Yes, you can still be an individual, but understand that, you know, hey, I did make a commitment to this person, and
so that means all the individuality I had has to be flushed down the toilet. Here I go. Where's the toilet?
Oh, I doubt that his individual down the toilet. I'm sure he.
So wives automatically think that because you have your own email that you have something to hide. Is that what we can expect?
Not necessarily.
That's going to step off the bus every time he gets a chance.
Well, I have a little journal I keep of rules to follow if I ever decide to get married.
Right.
I need to know if this is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to hide your own personal. If you have a Hotmail account, you should hide it from your wife.
Most people don't have this problem. Most people have the time away at the office, the big escape, that they can get any emails from people that may be of a seedy nature. Everyone needs the seedy emails in their life.
Yeah. So the only reason people work is to escape.
Right. From the hell it is home.
It's one of the few upsides of working.
Climb over the razor fences at home and get here.
Right. Is there a story you told me about a friend of yours that got in trouble with emails and stuff like that? I mean, we've all gotten in trouble with emails from our girlfriend and stuff like that. I've gotten in trouble. There are a couple of times that a listener will send me an email and I just feel like throwing it right back at him. And I get all sexual and I'm as good as that as anyone. And then I do meet him at the most. And, well, no, I stopped years ago. But if Angela if she sees those emails, she gets angry. And I'm like, I'm telling her, I'm just joking around with this friggin' breezy. Would you give me a break? Come on!
We were shopping. That's all.
Now leave me alone. I'm going to make dinner for us.
Yeah, right. Well, it was about 20 of us, 20 guys on a group email that was sent out for this bachelor party. And after the bachelor party was over, a buddy of mine made up a stupid story. He's like, I don't know how you got that girl in the bathroom, as a joke. He didn't realize one of the guys shares an email with his wife, an account who was on the mailing list.
Right.
She happened to read it, and she flipped out.
She flipped out.
Yeah.
Even though it was a harmless joke, he couldn't even explain his way out of it. Even when he got the friend on the phone and he said to the wife, it was just a joke, I was just being funny. She still didn't believe it. She was still giving him a hard time.
Yeah, it was somebody, exactly. She didn't believe it.
Who needs that? Do you need that? There's a lot of benefits. There's a lot of benefits for both parties to have individual emails. Either you trust the person you're married to or you don't. Okay? And having a joint email account is not going to eliminate the bad people who are going to cheat on their spouses from the good people. I would have cheated on my wife a long time ago, but I got that joint email account. No.
Yeah, right.
If you're a bad person, as far as breaking your vows, you're a bad person. And joint or separate email accounts are not going to change who you are. So don't think, Mrs. Wifey out there, that you're keeping your husband in line and you're going to refrain him from cheating because you're giving him and you're making him get a joint email account. Don't think for a second that that's a strategy that'll work.
If she knew all this fire was coming her way, she probably never would have suggested it in the first place.
Right. I don't think He's
afraid. Here's a schmuck out there who's afraid to tell his wife how he truly feels.
Which is unfortunate right there.
Bad.
That is too bad because I don't think that really she thought it was going to be such a major issue for him. I'm sure she just may have said, hey, why don't we just, have a joint
She obviously
account.
thought it was a major issue. Just the fact that she's bringing it up leads me to believe, it indicates that she doesn't have the full-on trust that you should have to feel comfortable in a marriage. She wants to check up on him. And she can't check in his email, so she's going to eliminate the things that she can't check in on.
And the cameras she has around the house aren't working, so...
Either you trust your spouse or you don't.
So when she suggests having a joint email account,
it doesn't do anything. It doesn't make him any more in line if he's going to be the type to get out of line as far as violating his vows. So I don't know what she's trying to prove. If anything, she's going to push him even further into feeling smothered and having to lash out and try to escape by sleeping with the first breeze he can grab a hold of.
The ex-girlfriend that he's still in contact with.
Now all of a sudden he's going to start sleeping with her because he can't email her anymore. Right?
Because he refuses to...
Ooh, me marriage.
Jeez.
So it is actually a benefit to allow your marital spouse, the partner that you're with, a little bit of individuality. Would you please?
But what's the purpose of a...
And decide whether you either trust them or you don't. And if you don't, it's time to pack up. You don't need to live your life like that. Don't look at me like I'm a throw in the towel kind of guy. If you don't trust your spouse, move on. Trust is as important as love. Trust and love. Very important components of a marriage.
You're right with
Terry
that.
doesn't understand this because she'd rather follow her significant other all over town in her car.
You're absolutely right with the trust and the love. And that's why I think that you're making a much bigger deal out of the joint thing than it really should be.
Terry's trust and love is, trust me, I love following you around.
Right. You're on the air. 1-866-663-T-Man. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, T-Man.
Yes, sir.
I got 2 comments.
Go ahead.
First comment. I can almost predict what Terry's going to say when it's between a man and a woman. Terry is the typical female. She always sides with the woman.
Thank you.
And I don't mean no harm, but Terry, you're full of crap.
Well, hey,
and I don't think this is not a conversation that is man against woman. A woman should be just as entitled to her email account, and she should be. If you trust your wife, you should be fine with her emailing her
and this is true.
Little friends too.
This is true, but see, that's one of the reasons why right now most men consider marriage sudden death. Because as soon as they get married, the woman wants to take everything. His personality, his money, his house, his car, everything.
I so disagree with that because there are plenty of men out there who think that by getting married to a woman, they can control every move she makes.
Oh.
Sudden death have 2 Ds.
So therefore, they take away their individuality and say, no, you can't work because, I'm this, I'm the man, I'm the typical man.
You know what?
I'm the old-fashioned guy who doesn't want you to work. I
was married for 20 years, and I wasn't like that. And for 15 years, everything was fine. The last 5, my wife tried to take my life, and that's why she's an ex now. You don't take nothing from me. I'm going to still be an individual. I don't care who I couple with.
And are you enjoying your new single life, sir?
Oh, I'm having a ball.
Aha! How about that? I don't know what that proves. Anyway.
See, don't join emails.
If a woman writes to the T-Man saying the same exact things this guy is saying, you don't think I get as fiery about explaining to the guy the situation as well? It has nothing to do with gender. It has to do with smothering and individuality.
Well, why can't you just say then, I don't want to join email and then move on?
Why don't you want to join email? What are you trying to hide? That little ex-girlfriend that you like to keep around? Why do you keep her around? Why do you have to talk to her? Why do you have to talk to her? I want to know now. Why you need that whole conversation in your life?
Well, but not everything.
Why do you have to talk to her?
But not everything leads to that. I mean, when she got married to him, she knew he was in contact with this woman.
Because post our relationship, we've become very good friends, and I like to have her as a person in my life on a friendship basis.
Well, why don't we all go out to lunch? Why don't I go out with you and her?
There's nothing to it. I love you. I only want to have sex with you.
Asterisk.
Yeah.
That's why I left the space. End of conversation.
Okay, then, honey. Then I'll just get in contact with my ex-boyfriend that you can't stand.
So it works both ways for guys and girls. A guy shouldn't be checking a girl's email, and a girl shouldn't be checking a guy's email.
If you have the ability to check, you can look, but hey, when it comes down to it, the bottom line is you either know whether you trust the person you're with or you don't. You're on the air.
Hello.
Oh, jeez. Yes, Marie.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am fabulous.
Yes, all the single people want to call up and comment on this.
Of course.
Yes, Marie.
Well, this is ridiculous. If a guy suggested it to me, or even if it was my husband.
Yes, and you've had a husband in your past.
I had a husband, and I had my own email address.
You had your own email.
And I had my,
They had email when you had a husband?
Oh, come on, stop twisting things around. Well,
yes.
I had my own email address while I was married.
Yes.
And I don't see a point of having a joint email account. What's the point? It's like opening your mail that comes to your house.
You're not the most successful classic story to talk about here because you are no longer with that guy.
Yeah.
I'm professing that you can have individual email accounts. and keep the marriage strong. I believe it can work.
It doesn't have anything to do with keeping marriage strong.
Right.
You know? You have to have your own little things that you do.
Yes.
Whatever you do, and somebody else might think that you correspond with the wrong people.
Right.
But this is your own personality, and if somebody...
It's the want to look over the shoulder of the person you don't trust mentality. And it's an indication to me, the fact that this wife is so pushing the notion of getting the joint email account is a very strong indication to me that there's a lack of trust in this marriage.
Yeah, it's totally not...
And it is not a good sign. Not to say it's going to lead to doom and gloom, but it is certainly a step down the wrong path.
Exactly.
Thank you, Marie.
And by the way...
Oh, jeez.
Yes. No, it's just a little fact. No, it's my birthday today. So
happy
birthday.
Wow. You still celebrate at your age?
I don't know if I... No, I don't care.
You're 29.
Yeah.
Marie,
I earned...
We'll make sure at the in-studio Christmas party next week that it is duly noted, and we have a little moment to celebrate your birthday a little bit late, okay?
Okay.
All right.
For me.
But I can't promise you a cake with candles on it because it would be against the fire code.
Yeah, okay.
All right?
You can skip the candle.
Yeah, take care, love. Talk to you later, Marie.
Bye.
Bye-bye. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello, T-Man?
Yes.
I am a married girl, and I just
Yeah.
got married in June.
Oh, that could have been your husband that emailed me.
Exactly. No, it wasn't.
My husband would never do that.
He has his own email address where he can get his little porn that he gets and whatever. And, you know, that's okay because you do have to be a little individual about the whole situation. So I totally agree with you.
Is it a lot of individuality to have your own email address?
It's not.
No,
I mean,
it's not. It's a
not.
little bit that you should be entitled to. And it has no bearing as to the overall. Whether you're trustworthy or not is not going to come down to what kind of emails you get. If you're a non-trustworthy person, you're going to be able to manipulate that whether you have your own email or a joint email account, all right? You're going to be able to cheat on your significant other whether you have a joint email or your own email. It's not all of a sudden because I have a joint email, oh, my cheating days are over, I can't figure out how to get this started. Right. So I don't know what you're trying to prove. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. Allow a person their individuality, even inside of a marriage.
I totally agree.
Man.
Inside of a marriage?
Now, I know that Angela thinks that I'm saying all this just because I'm setting the framework for a possible, but that's not. I'm just reading this email. All right?
Okay. So no Rob and Angela coming soon at Yahoo?
No.
Yeah, right.
That day will never come. Thank you for the call, love.
Thanks.
Take care.
With you, Stephen, is it because...
You share cell phones, Stephen?
Share cell phones? No,
Yes.
we have our own cell phones.
Huh?
So if you have your own email account, do you check each other's email? Like, is every email is open season, or do you wait till the other person gets it?
You both have access to the emails that come in to the same place.
But you can leave it unopened, though. I mean, you can see that it's come in, but you say, well, that's for Steve, and I'm not going to open it.
Well, the only thing that we get on ours is the DirecTV bill, but other than that, it's...
But what are really the chances of that? This woman who wants the joint email account, she sees an email comes in from the dude's ex-girlfriend. What are the odds she's really going to leave it unopened? And even if she doesn't leave it unopened, she's still going to walk into the living room where he's sitting there watching a little porn. She's going to tiptoe in and say, you got an email waiting for you there, kid.
Shall we look at it?
Shall we look at it?
Or if he says, hey, I got an email from whoever the ex-girlfriend is, and then she'll probably be okay with it.
Yeah.
Because
you're on the air.
He's being honest.
And it's open communication, and it's...
Hello?
Hello?
He's not
Yes.
Yeah, I was just calling to say, what's the problem with having a joint account? If there's something that he's getting that he shouldn't be getting, then it's her right to know that there's something going on.
But what about things that he should be entitled to be getting that would just be interpreted the wrong way? That it would be better left alone as far as who needs this kind of conversation to go on in a marriage when there's really nothing to it? If he were to, do you believe a man or a woman can have opposite-sex friends inside of their marriage? Yes or no? That's what the question really boils down to.
Yeah,
I think the answer should be yes. But a lot of
the answer
times,
is yes.
it can be interpreted the wrong way if you look too deep or you read too much into it, or a daily email comes in from a friend.
Exactly. But if she's uncomfortable with the ex-girlfriend and vice versa, if he was uncomfortable with an ex-boyfriend, then, you know, out of simple respect,
So bottom line, in your opinion, there shouldn't be an entitlement to individual emails inside of a marriage.
Well, there's an entitlement. I mean, he obviously, if he has a business out of the home, he should probably have his own business account. If he chooses to get emails he wants to hide from her, give him that address, you know?
Huh? She has it all worked out and change the password every day.
Yeah, right.
You're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
I'm calling from Belfair.
Yes.
And I just think that this is horrible. I can't believe that this guy would even get into a marriage without actually letting his new wife know that he's having conversations with her, because she probably never would have married him to begin with.
Maybe she does know, but maybe he doesn't want her to see that he gets a daily or a couple of week emails from his ex-girlfriend, because she knows that she would be getting agitated over time, and then he would have to break off that friendship with the ex-girlfriend.
And you don't think that it's eventually going to go somewhere other than a friendship if he has to keep communicating?
I think
with this
absolutely
person?
not. I think he can maintain a friendship with the ex-girlfriend and doesn't have to cross over into anything that would violate his marriage.
No, I think
See,
that
it's your mentality that allows a man to never have a possibility of having individuality. Because she thinks any female friend that a man has is going to eventually cross over into something sexual. And I don't think that's necessarily the case. Now, there are some examples you can point to that would...
If you're keeping it such a big secret that eventually it probably will be something sexual, if it's something that you actually communicate with your wife, it doesn't probably end up becoming that.
Doesn't have to be the biggest secret in the world, but it doesn't have to be spoken about or thrown in her face every single day when You Got Mail pops up and she sees that he got another one. She may get a little bit, and it's human nature to get insecure. She may get a little bit insecure over time, and she may start asking questions that don't need to be asked because it's strictly a friendship.
And if you
And he should be able to get his wild-ass porn.
Oh, there's no problem with the porn, big deal. But what if
Are you married, Belfair?
What?
Are you a married woman?
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to have your husband call in.
Yeah, I'm sure he's living a happy life.
Cowering in the corner.
Just the way she's talking, I can already feel how agitated the husband must be. Her little calm but very strict sound is just unnecessary for any other individual to have to deal with, Terry.
Sounds a lot like a vice principal in high school.
Right. How long you been married?
Well, we've been married for 2 years, but we've been together for 12.
It took him 10 years to pull the trigger on her, man.
Right.
Oh, may as well. I'm in Belfair.
Well, I got 3 kids already, so what the hell?
You guys are so funny.
How many kids do you have?
We have 2 kids.
2 kids. Very nice.
And we have a joint email account, and it was
geez.
actually him that set it up.
Well, there you go.
You know, I mean, I think that if you found out 2 years down the road that Angela was having private conversations with the next
You don't think I know? She probably does. She has her private conversation. She has her own email account. I understand that her emails are, if I were to scrutinize them, there may be a couple that I would be, but you know, you don't need to get involved in that.
Oh, she has a private email. I see him every day.
Because I looked over his shoulder and got her out.
I am definitely not the type to
there's a total
be.
lack of trust in that relationship if he can't be honest with her about that.
All right, there you go, Belfair. Thanks a lot for the call. I understand there's going to be a lot of different opinions on this, and I can understand it from both sides' this point of view.
I don't think I'd want to read my wife's emails.
But this guy who's married to the Belfair woman obviously just set up an email account to get his nagging wife off his ass. Whatever it takes.
Preemptive strike.
Yes.
The T-Man.
Oh, no more Yankee, my wanky. The donga need food.
Hi, you've reached Stephen and Amy. We can't take your call right now, so please leave a message, and we will get back to you. Thanks.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to reach the individual cell phone of Stephen Kilbreth that he claimed he had, and when I called the cell number I had for Stephen Kilbreth, I get a message that Stephen and Amy can't come to the line right now.
Well, it's the same voicemail.
Aha. So that means the ability to check each other's messages, which actually is a lot different, in my opinion, than two people not having individual email. But I just wanted to point out that Stephen professed very clearly that he had his own cell phone.
Well, we have our own cell phones. You asked if we had our own cell phones. It's the same voicemail.
You have two cell phones, is what you're saying, but the same email, the same voicemail account.
Yes, that's correct. Same as our home phone,
It was kind of misleading when you said that you had your own cell phone.
I can see that being misleading.
There you go.
I can recognize that.
He's embarrassed of his own stuff now.
Embarrassed of his own independent state is really more of the reality there.
But I set all that up. I mean, it's not like I was
a married
told this
couple
is the way it was
having joint cell phones is a big difference to me than talking about individual emails. Emails to me are, first of all, they're free.
Yes.
As opposed to having cell phone accounts. So there's just a lot more reasons why having individual email accounts makes sense, and there's nothing wrong with it. Email is predominantly, whether you want to recognize it or not, for business. How often do you get an email that's really for the joint party that is the marriage couple? So all that professing, all that demanding having a joint email account indicates to me is a lack of trust. And the fact, and the reason this came up, the fact that this wife, in this email that was sent to the Ask T-Man column, is demanding that her husband give up his individual email and join her in a unified email.
Oh, yes, is one.
To me, is not the best sign. Not the straw that broke the camel's back.
Right.
But a sign that she does not trust you, sir. And if you give in, all it will do is tack on a little more crap to the pile that is the pussification of that. Hold on to your individual email account, sir.
Hold on tight. Is that what you're saying?
And don't pull a cop out and lie to her and then behind her back get your own email account, because that only makes you look really guilty. You convince her that you can have your own email account and you are not doing wrong.
It's the only escape you have with hot chicks when you're married.
Right!
Into the world of hot women. Where else are you going to see hot chicks when you're married?
You're on the air. Now, why is Star outside? I canceled the whole thing that was to be today. We have Star outside waiting to come in with her mom, I believe. Is her mom out there, too? They're going to be irate now.
Oh, jeez.
All right, I'll get into that later. Yeah, what's up, sir?
Yeah, I just wondered, you know, it would be different if you went through your girlfriend or wife's diary then, huh?
He trying to use the voice?
I think so, a little bit, just a tad.
Diaries are just stupid. I don't understand that. The whole concept of having to pour out your thoughts onto paper. Just either deal with it in your own head or go to a mental institution. One or the other. You can't have both. Diaries.
They're just crazy.
If I knew, I'll be the first to tell you, I'm a curious guy.
Right.
And that's why I said, if you have the ability to go into someone's diary, I don't care who it is, even if I don't know them, I'm reading it. Like that whole moment we had until we had that injunction against us. Remember we found that girl's diary in some gym locker?
Yes.
And we'd read it page by page? Mm-hmm. Then finally we got sued. Sued only to make us stop reading it.
Mm-hmm.
But we read as much as we needed to, basically.
And it was good.
We found out she was suicidal, just like everyone who writes a journal.
I wonder whatever happened to her.
I think we found out who she was, yeah. Mm-hmm. Troubled young lady. Hopefully doing a lot better.
Yes.
We're rooting for you. We'll root for you even more if you lift the injunction. You're on the air.
Hello.
Yes.
How come the wife didn't just click on it and make the email read again? Because you can do that where you click on it and make it marked as unread, and so the husband never would have known.
Now, all I know is this. A lot of people, including myself and Angela, she has her own password to get into her own account on the computer that we share in the home, so I have no ability to get into her email, nor do I have any inclination to do so.
Mm-hmm.
I trust the woman. It would be a tragic error on her part to wrong me, and I don't believe she will. Just like it would be a tragic error for me to wrong her. She puts up with all my crap.
Right.
All right? Not the easiest thing to do in the world by any means. So there we have that mutual understanding.
At least she knows what she's getting into.
Right! So there are situations where you don't have the accessibility into someone's email, and that's fine. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
So if you're able to mark it unread, it solves all your problems in your marriage.
Yeah, that's helpful.
No deception there, boy.
All right, let's move on, Terry. I think this guy gets the pernt.
Okay.
He should...
hang on to the...
Yes. Either that or surrender to the pussification of men. Make your decision now, sir. We're waiting. Yeah, I'm going to go off the board for Disney characters.
Quotable quotes again.
What do you have real quick? But I don't want to have to deal with Star right now.
Okay, well...
Star is going to be upset when I tell her... Well, first off, was it not her that came on the air the other day when she was angry at me and told me to go F myself?
Yes.
More than once, I think.
Fine.
Yes.
So then I said, okay, I actually have done that a couple of times this morning. But I felt that the prospect of this morning's scheduled event wasn't going to happen. Mm-hmm. And yes, I got hundreds of emails of guys that wanted to date Star and the blind date between her and her mom, and one would pick the other's date, and that would have been fun. But you know what? We've done so much dating stuff already. I'm dated out. Now they're waiting outside thinking this morning's going to happen. I told all the guys not to come, or you did, right, Wayman? Did you tell them all not to come?
I told her that there was a chance you might reconsider.
That I might reconsider? That I might reconsider?
Yeah.
But we did make the call and tell all the guys it was off, right?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't reconsidered. So you talked to her and you told her there's a chance I might reconsider.
Yeah. Since she'd already taken off work.
I'm the kind of guy to reconsider. I'm very hasty.
Right.
And then at times I reconsider. This is not one of those times.
You're not in the mood,
You
are
know
you?
why I haven't reconsidered?
Why?
Because I haven't thought about it since you told me to go F myself. You have to think about it something again in order to reconsider.
Right. When she told you to go do your thing.
Yes, that was it.
Yeah.
Not that I was offended by it. I wasn't holding it against her, but I said, okay, I guess then that morning situation is off. That's fine. And I haven't thought about it since then. So I haven't reconsidered.
We've all moved on.
So you'll have to go outside and explain to Star and Star's mom, because I don't want to face him. All right, no, we'll bring him in here.
It'd be funny to hear them go off on the women, though.
Yeah, and then Star's mom is going to look at you and...
Yeah, they'll probably blame the women. You said he would reconsider. What are you holding there, Terry? What's next?
Well, this is really not a big deal, but it's a little...
Terry, anything you do, you really think some of the stuff is a big deal? Yeah. Okay, this is not a big deal.
Here it comes, the big deal.
Out there can be in the know a little bit more. I have a list of 4 things that your boyfriend or husband says to you when he's really not listening. So I just wanted
There are a lot of times where men just aren't listening to the women that are in their lives. And you said this is an ability to allow women to have a little more knowledge as to those times when men are just not listening to them.
Right.
You really think the women have a tough time breaking down the times when men aren't listening to them? You think some of the women are confused as to the times that men are or are not listening to them? I think it's very clear. When he says to you, what did you say? I'm not listening to anything you're saying. Yeah, that might be one of those times.
Or,
Or when a man says, hey, Jordan has the ball, hang on.
Oh, goodness.
It's a list of how many things?
Just 4.
4 things.
Yeah, just 4 things.
That will be indications to women out there that their man is not listening, that everything you said was just a waste of breath.
Right.
Not that it isn't in any ways. And the 4 things are... Shut your stupid yap. I'm not interested. No. Not on there anywhere.
No.
Okay.
First one is, you wanted an answer? I thought that was a rhetorical question.
He didn't hear a word you said. What about when he says, right? Is that number 2, Terry?
No. Number 2 is, sorry, I was still thinking about what you said before.
Yeah.
It was so impactful, I needed to keep it in there.
Terry, this is really so stimulating. There's a real good chance we're not listening.
You think?
Yes.
Pasty has the ball.
Number 3?
Well, what do you think about that? What do you think about that?
Turning it on her.
Right.
All right, Terry, you have to basically understand what the things are before you can really spread the knowledge to other women. Because, yes, the way you read it the second time was truly the way, if said, would be the indication that he wasn't listening.
Right.
Because I do that all the time.
Do you?
Well, I don't know. What do you think about that?
About what you just said, please say it again.
I just told you.
And number 4,
What's that? I got distracted by the beauty of your moving lips.
Well, she has no lips, so that really can't be it. You're right, Terry. It wasn't a big deal. But thanks again.
You're welcome.
You're on the air.
T-Man.
Yes.
It's Eyebrow.
Yes, Eyebrow dude.
Hey, there's going back to this email thing real quick, there's an easy solution to all this. All you need is a credit card and a brain.
Yeah, Eyebrow dude, what do you think about that?
What do I think about it?
I'm sorry, I was mesmerized by your moving lips.
My beautiful moving lips.
Right?
There's a program, if you just go online, it's called Online Recorder.
Yes.
It's about $40. A buddy of mine got it.
Sure.
What it does is when somebody logs on, it records everything they type, every email they get, every instant message they get, and nobody ever has to know because it runs in the background.
Isn't it amazing how this conversation has turned to how to best spy on your significant other without them finding out? Is that what the world has come to? Ingenious ways of not letting them have any indication that you're checking up on them? Is that what marriage is all about in 2002? Well, where do I sign up? Right.
Well, that's what the whole email thing sounds like to me. This woman doesn't trust him. She might as well get peace of mind or get evidence.
Mm-hmm.
One or the other.
Yeah. Either hire a private investigator or leave him alone. That's your options.
But if you see a guy talking to his ex-girlfriend, kind of flirting, is that evidence enough to, like, move on from him?
No, that's why you'll have to hire a private investigator. A lot of times, even when they get evidence where a dude is canoodling in a shopping mall parking lot with a little tongue kiss here and there, still, I don't know if I got enough evidence
Exactly.
for me to move on. I'm not ready to move on.
Yeah. So what do you got to be at his next marriage?
So what are you even bothering yourself with all this suspiciousness in your system? All it does is create ulcers and shorten your lifespan. Who needs that, right, Eyebrow dude?
Yeah, nobody needs that.
Right.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Right. Thank you for the call.
Thanks, T-Man.
Thank you. That's the end of that topic for the day, okay?
Fine.
However, we will make it a very big call day. Anything that's on your mind in the relationship standpoint or any other issues you may want to discuss, the phone lines are there for you. You're the people who count. We want to hear from you. Huh? 1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. 1-866-663-T-Man.
The T-Man.
Say good night to the bad guy.
More music.
An angry Kansas mom is suing Walmart after store employees called the cops over some photos she was having developed.
I was more humiliated than anything, and I felt like they were really questioning.
You hear about this story, Terry? This is a woman who took pictures of her naked 3-year-old, wanted to get them developed at Walmart, and Walmart refused to develop them and then made her feel like she was some very seedy type parent. And now she's suing Walmart. So because there has been a real surplus of people who do seedy things and illegal type things with underage individuals, moms who want to take naked pictures of their 3-year-olds have to be scrutinized to degrees that they feel uncomfortable. Yeah. You cannot take pictures of your naked kids anymore.
I guess not.
And you definitely can't flip their little knob around anymore.
Nice.
Photos she was having developed.
I was more humiliated than anything.
All right, let's hear her quote. She's upset and she's filing lawsuit against Walmart.
I was more humiliated than anything, and I felt like they were really questioning, that they were questioning.
Wow. That was a long pause. But she still doesn't have what she wants to say yet. Now, let's see how long that pause is.
And I felt like they were really questioning.
1, 2. That pork chop I put up her butt?
That they were questioning me as a parent.
Oh.
Tammy Dragone says the photos showed her 3-year-old daughter partially nude in a swimming pool and on a living room floor.
Wow, it's partially nude.
Mm-hmm.
Still, that was too much.
I guess so.
I love partial nudity. Jeez. Oh, yeah, it's a 3-year-old week.
Right.
Okay.
The mother says they are completely innocent and is suing for $75,000.
That's it? No one sues for $75,000 anymore. They must have it wrong. It must be $75 million. They got the comma in the wrong place.
Walmart says it won't print photos containing nudity and errs on the side of safety when it suspects child abuse or pornography.
Wait, can never blame people for erring on the side of safety? They see a 3-year-old nude and rolling on the floor. They're afraid. For all they know, it could wind up on some internet site somewhere. They got to be cautious. No more nudity.
No money for her.
No money for this parent?
That's right.
You're in the jury box. You've already concluded.
I've already
Walmart did the right thing.
The only reason she's embarrassed is because now she's on the news all the time. And that was her that made that happen.
She put herself on the news by the lawsuit.
Right. So there's no reason for it.
But then again, Stephen, as a parent, and you're there and you're getting interrogated over something that you know is totally innocent, and although you may understand that, yes, you have to, there's a lot of weirdos out there who probably come in and do it for other reasons, but as a mother, you're kind of embarrassed, and that's...
And as a mother, you want your ability to take the cutesy little pictures of your kids.
And
like I know, Terry, I've seen Darius's little Velcro wallet, and he carries half-naked pictures of you around, Terry.
How to get those developed?
I don't know.
Jeez.
But back in the day, you were able to, and now you're not. Over the past couple of years, they've really put the kibosh down on any kind of nudity developmental film thingies. Yes. Even your cute little toddlers are called into question these days as far as child pornography. You have to develop your own dark room and develop your own pictures.
Sounds like
If you want the cutesy naked pictures of your kids, if they're over 1, you're in trouble.
Isn't 3 a little old?
But listen to Steven. He's already decided that Walmart's not at fault. Wait till he has kids.
No, Walmart isn't at fault. I mean, if that's their policy, I mean, they strictly said that that's their policy to question things like that. So, I mean, then if you're going to have pictures of your naked kids, then take them somewhere else.
But as I said, I mean, pork chop up the butt, yeah, that's
a little different.
Pretty easy to decipher. But you're telling me they couldn't identify just a mom taking a picture of her cute little 3-year-old on the floor, half like in a diaper or whatever? I don't know. What were they in? What does partially nude mean? They had a little fig leaf on?
Yeah. Well, I think it would be different if it was like, you could tell if she was really posed or something.
Right.
Well, it's not their job, the 16-year-old who's developing the pictures in the back, to determine whether,
She's more worried about her zits.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I understand the whole, it would be one thing if Walmart said, ma'am, I know you're here to get your pictures, but I'm sorry we don't develop them because we saw that there were...
That's exactly what they did say.
But
she was bothered by that.
But did they not call the police on her?
I don't think they did. Oh, they did?
Yeah, they called the cops on her.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, they did?
That was wrong.
Oh.
That wasn't necessary. They should say, hey, we just felt uncomfortable developing picture 6, 9, and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20.
We'll make copies for ourselves if you don't mind.
They're on the wall in the back.
But on the flip side, if Chester the Molester's doing it for 2 years...
Oh, I love Chester.
He's a nice fellow.
Right?
And then...
I always thought he'd be a little bit more successful in his life.
But, then people get on Walmart. Well, how come you didn't put a stop to this? How come nobody saw this?
Right.
So there's a flip side to it. I mean, you got to be sort of careful.
It's a catch-22 is what you're saying. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Wow.
A lot of pressure on these Walmart workers these days.
Selling guns, all that.
Yes.
You got problems.
Back to the phones we go. Star and Star's mom waiting outside for nothing. You're on the air.
Gun?
Hello, you're on the air. What can we do for you? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Who's this?
Victoria.
And where are we calling from this morning, Victoria? From Victoria.
I wasn't even going to say my name.
From Anchorage?
Yeah.
All right. No one's going to identify you based on your name. Don't worry about it. Just tell us you made up that name. But it's too late now, I guess. Yes, what's on your mind today, love?
Actually, I wanted to talk to you. I was seeing a guy, I went on 5 dates with this guy, and I really liked him.
You did?
I did.
You felt like you wanted to make something big out of this
I kind of
newly developing relationship.
Yeah.
And I sensed something went wrong. What went wrong?
Well, he's like a funny guy. So,
yeah.
I wanted to tell him I was thinking about him.
Funny guy meaning he had a good sense of humor?
Yeah.
Or funny guy that he's like Chester the Molester?
A little off.
Not funny, haha.
Not funny that he's a little off.
Right. No,
okay,
no.
funny that he's a real comical kind of make you laugh kind of guy, and women like that.
And he
make a woman laugh, you get her into bed. That's simple. Very simple equation.
All right.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was sitting at a desk because I don't usually sit at a desk, so I was sitting at a desk bored, and my girlfriend and I decided to send him flowers.
Yes.
To tell him I was thinking about him, that I liked him, say something nice or whatever.
What kind of flowers did you decide to send the 5 date-in boyfriend?
Flowers.
What?
Blue flowers.
Blue flowers?
Blue flowers.
What kind of flower was it?
Like, I don't know.
Just a random bouquet?
Iris.
I told her a manly bouquet.
A manly bouquet.
Yeah.
Nothing that reeks of too much femininity, so he got too much ribbing at his workplace.
Exactly.
Did he send him to his workplace or his home? He sent it to his work.
And he works in an all-male workplace. So
And
I
you
just thought he'd get
thought-
a lot of crap for it.
You thought he would appreciate a woman sending him flowers because she was thinking about him.
Right.
All right.
Well, it's kind of like opening the door saying, flowers are a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, like, to lighten the mood,
We should make that a national holiday. Flowers a good thing day.
I agree.
Yes. Okay, so what happened?
I sent, when I called for the flower delivery, I added on a pink balloon that says, it's a girl.
It's a girl.
It's a girl. But as like a
And-
joke, knowing that we hadn't slept together, so like obviously.
You hadn't slept together, so he shouldn't be concerned at all that he had a child on the way with you.
Exactly. So it's not like I was doing one of those girls.
But, so I'm still trying to figure out what the punchline was of this big joke of it's a girl.
Oh,
Even
it's
though,
being
yes, it was
funny.
rather harmless because you guys hadn't had sex and you had nothing to be worried about. Where was the underlying humor in the it's a girl balloon?
Because I just wanted the guys to give him crap. It seemed funny.
So it was a practical joke kind
Is it
of
not
thing.
funny to a guy?
Well, you were trying to use it as a practical joke kind of thing to make his coworkers think that not only was he hiding the fact that he had slept with you, but he had knocked you up.
I don't know if I was going that deep. I was just being funny. They didn't
This
have
was her
a-
attempt at having
Right, but
some fun.
I understand she was making an attempt, but what was the goal? What was the punchline she was trying to get him to be like, oh, yeah, that is funny. Where's the
So it's
funniness?
definitely not funny.
Well, tell me where. Explain it to me.
I
mean, he is a guy.
I need it broken down to me. Why is he going to look at the balloon and say it's a girl and be like, ah, she got me.
She's my girl.
Oh, she's got a great sense of humor.
God, I thought it was funny.
And if
We
he
all
sends
thought
you,
it was funny.
if he sends you a balloon right back at you that says congratulations on the diet, is that how does that sit with you?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so then he's done.
he obviously got agitated, and what's the deal now? Is it over? Is it something that you're
flower
working
place-
on, or what?
The flower place called me back and said the guy's like freaking out. He didn't think it was as funny as we did. You might want to call him. So I called
The
him.
flower place was cracking up too?
Yeah,
They were all rolling in the petunias, or
They
what?
thought it was funny. She was like, "Is congratulations in order?" I'm like, "Hell no, I'm not having his kid. I don't even know his last name."
So you had been on 5 dates with the guy. This is more of the issue as far as I'm concerned. You had been on 5 dates with the guy, and you guys hadn't slept together?
Of course. Oh no, and that's his doing.
Well, so he could have had sex with you, but he was not interested.
Right.
Well, maybe why?
Hey, be nice now.
All right, but I'm asking, why do you think he was holding back on having sex with you?
Because he's a sensitive person.
Sensitive guys have sex too. I'm a sensitive guy, and I love sex. Yes, I am sensitive.
He was just
Believe
trying
me.
to be maybe more respectful.
I spent
and
all
show-
last night
And
crying.
it's only been 5 days.
Huh?
Cable was out.
Huh?
Oh my God, a balloon said it's a girl. So he's all bent out of shape, and you want to know why he's making such a big deal out of it.
I just want to know.
Even
what
if he didn't think it was funny, he has
Send
he.
another balloon that says it's not a
No.
girl.
What about
No.
calling him and explain? Have you talked to him since this time, or what?
Well, see, and I usually make a rule not to call guys, but I've called this guy like 3 times in the last 2 days.
And he won't-
finally I just left this message like, fine, dude, it wasn't that big of a deal. Let it go. I'm done now.
It really isn't that big a deal,
Right.
and if he truly liked you as much as you're hoping he does,
Right.
it wouldn't be a deal that he's holding over on you.
Yeah.
But he just obviously, and I hate to be as blunt as I need to be here, but I think I can't be anything else but what I am. I think he doesn't like you as much as you're hoping he does.
Agreed. You're probably right. Damn.
Because you really liked
That's
him. Huh?
it,
You were
huh?
totally
Yeah,
into him.
exactly.
And by the way, funny guys don't think anyone's funny but themselves. All right? So if he truly is a funny guy, he won't appreciate your humor. So stop with the comedy stuff, all right?
Yeah.
Until you get some writers. Stop using the florist as your sounding board.
Right.
So what do you think of this?
When you're cooped up all day with wilting roses, you think anything's funny.
And a pink balloon. Just pop the. Oh, and then there's the other thing.
But something
He
tells
never
me,
even said
if
thank
it
you,
if
though.
it makes you feel any better, something tells me if you didn't send him the It's a Girl balloon, things wouldn't have worked out anyway.
That wasn't really
So
a deal
there's,
breaker.
there's your silver lining.
Right, don't worry.
But she could have won him over, but this puts him over the edge. It's like, nah.
He asked you out all 5 times, or you were kind of pushing the issue?
No. know, he was totally interested.
He was?
Well, I mean, but like...
So until you sent this bouquet and until you sent this balloon, you felt everything was really progressing.
Not progressing, but he was interested anyway.
How much had you done? I mean, you're in Anchorage. Well, you didn't have sex after 5 dates? How much had you guys done? Had you ever had intimate time in your house, in his house?
I stayed the night at his house the night before I sent the balloon.
Really? You stayed the whole night, you slept in his bed, and you guys were, like, in sleeping clothes, or you were in your full daily clothes?
We had some clothes on. Like, there was some activity on my part.
You were forcing the issue?
No.
There was some activity on your part. You were the aggressor.
Kind of.
And he was just laying back and letting it all happen.
Man, he so was too.
Now I know I know the calls are going to start rolling in, like, oh, T-Man, the guy must have been gay and all that stuff. And when she sent that bouquet, it embarrassed him because he may be out with a couple of guys in the workplace who didn't appreciate that. I don't know.
Yeah, his boyfriend works with him.
But why? How old is this dude?
He's 21.
Why do you sense that he wasn't aggressive at all when you were over in his bed on this night?
Because, like, he's real cuddly, but he doesn't, like, he's real busy.
Well, how busy was he when you were sleeping?
I know.
Or when you're laying there in bed? He wasn't crunching numbers or anything.
I know.
So I'm asking you, why was he not turned on at all that he was kind of at least holding his own end of the bargain when you guys are in bed together?
He smokes a lot, so it's kind of... He's
a
little relaxed.
All your rationalizations as to explanations for the situation don't make any sense.
It's a big I screwed up.
Nothing relieves anxiety and stress like cigarettes, man.
Not cigarettes. Like, he was stoned.
All right, so he was stoned and he was pretty much passed out when you're...
No, oh my God. No.
All right, what?
He was laying there.
He was just laying there all... He was just laying there all mellow as you're working them over.
Right.
And what'd you do to him?
I went down.
You did?
I did.
Did he finish?
I just said this over the radio.
Did he finish or what?
Yeah.
He did? And did you finish the job?
Of course I did.
Aha!
Oh my God. That's a lack of respect right there anyway, huh?
Why?
You just lost 10 times the respect for me, huh?
No. What are you talking about?
Where'd you get that rule?
Oh, I just know that's going to come out of T-Man's mouth.
Not at all. What are you talking about?
That's wrong.
Man.
No.
Okay, we truly find out he's not a gay man. We'll send him a bouquet saying, congratulations, you like girls. See if he gets all bent out of shape.
He is awfully sensitive, though. That, I mean, really, that wasn't that big of a deal. So what?
I'm still leaning towards, yeah, she was there, she was convenient, he took the action that night, but he didn't really like her as much as she's hoping that he was going to like her.
Right. Yeah.
Because if not, it's not a deal breaker that you send this bouquet. And the fact that he's not calling her back now, he obviously thinks she's a little bit psycho for sending this bouquet.
God.
All right?
Yes. But guys refer to as psycho.
You allowed him to think that you're a little bit psycho by sending the bouquet. Still, that's not a deal breaker if he liked you. 5 dates is enough for him to have a good gauge as to whether you were psycho. Yeah, you threw him off a little bit with the bouquet, but it was a little bit of a psycho thing to do. Don't do that inside of the first. And the 5 dates happened in a span of how long? About 3 weeks, 4 weeks, what?
Yeah, well, 2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. And he's a friend of a friend, so, like, he's my hairdresser's friend.
Right.
And she does my hair, like, every 2 weeks. And so he's always there. And, like, so he's probably not even going to show up anymore. And I might not see her. I may have just lost my hairdresser.
And let me tell you this. If you're going to send a bouquet to a guy's work, you better be pretty damn hot to pull that off.
Yeah.
All right? Now, you're going to have to send me a picture now for me to have an indication as to whether you're hot enough to send a bouquet to a guy's work.
Right.
Are you going to send that now?
On the email?
Yes.
I don't have email.
You don't have an email account?
No, I don't. I do have an email account, but I live alone, so like, my house is small enough where I don't...
She lives alone. She's convenient. I don't know why this guy wouldn't stretch this thing out a little bit more. She likes him a lot.
Yeah.
You want us to call him or what?
Ooh.
We'll get to the bottom of this?
Because he's not talking to you, right? You've already called him, right?
Exactly.
Maybe I could call him and we'll figure out where he stands.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Dude?
Yeah, you can try
Yo,
that.
dude. It's just a bouquet.
You didn't even screw it. I don't know what you're worried about, dude.
You're having a girl.
All right, hang on the line. We'll get his number. We'll see if we can make some contact, all right? Because I don't know where Weeman is right now. Where did he go? What does he do? What is he doing? He's doing what?
Just talking to...
Star's mom? Yeah. What, they're freaking out?
Yeah.
Why are they freaking out? Who's crying?
Star's mom.
Why?
No.
She's crying.
Not sure.
Well, why don't you tell me? This should be happening on the air. I'm talking about bouquets.
Well, I don't know if she's in the right mental state to be bringing her in.
Why is she crying? What did I do?
I'm happy to go find out.
She told me to go F myself, so I canceled the situation for this morning.
She figured that...
And now she's going to make me feel bad? I don't think so.
Send him some balloons.
Bring it, Star's mom. And Weeman attends to Star's mom's needs before mine?
Well, he's trying to make things nice.
Make things nice.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
he can.
I need him to get a phone number off the air so we can call the balloon-getting guy.
Who has no sense of humor, really.
He's outside wiping the tears. What's the matter? What's the matter with you? What did I do wrong? Tell me what I did wrong.
I'm not come here for you are second concern, okay?
Huh? All I can tell you is, did you not hear your daughter call me the other day and tell me to go F myself? Did you hear that?
No.
I didn't take it personally, but she did. She called up, everybody heard it, she told me to go F myself, and I took that to lead me to believe that she wasn't interested in coming down for this morning's festivities of the double date between you and your daughter.
No, it isn't.
So we called the guys and we told them, I'm sorry, we knew you were interested, but the thing is off for today, and thank you very much. I'm sorry that it had to happen this way. Now, all of a sudden, you come down on the morning it was supposed to happen, and I'm supposed to recognize that you guys were going to be doing this?
No, I don't want to do it.
That's fine. Then we're all fine.
I don't want to do it. But why you guys are talking the airs more like we want to do this way?
I didn't even know you were coming down this morning. And I understand she talked to Jimmy Fred Weeman yesterday who said that maybe I'd reconsider, but he didn't tell me that. Star's mom, you know I love you, all right?
So Jimmy's fault.
This was a miscommunication.
So Jimmy's fault.
It was Jimmy Fred Weeman's fault, yes. I don't know why he gave you the indication that I would reconsider, because I didn't even know that I was supposed to think about reconsidering.
I don't ask him to reconsider.
I don't like to see you in tears.
Yeah.
I don't like to see you like
Either
this.
die. Either die.
Yes. So how can we make it right? Can I send you a bouquet of blue flowers? She's walking away from the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
She's staring at the back of the studio. And she's not looking in my direction.
Without trying to make a joke.
I'm not trying to make a joke.
No. Me, I'm wondering, too, what you're so upset that you had to come all the way down here, or you're upset that your daughter's not going to have dates?
You know what? We already off today morning. My daughter's off, I'm off. So maybe we concerned about it. Might go to shopping today morning. People should go working, whatever it is.
What did I do
Jimmy
wrong?
called us.
Yes.
Jimmy called us.
Yes.
Come up here, hang it out. I said, okay, hang it out, fine.
Well, Jimmy cracked cord, but I don't care unless he tells me. I don't know anything about this.
Jimmy called Star and I don't care.
Right. From what I heard, Star called Jimmy. Okay? Is that what you told me? I mean, you did tell me that you said that you would think that I may reconsider, but I don't think it was... Get to the microphone so I can ask you a freaking question. Because I got a crying woman in here. Who called who?
I think it might have been about the Christmas party. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember who called who. I don't remember. I've been making so many calls and been on the phone so often.
He probably just thought maybe we could use him for something or set something up. He was probably just said, come on down, we'll figure it out. Didn't think it'd be this big a deal.
What did I do wrong, Star's mom? How did I wrong you?
People yesterday, we got to Jimmy the phone, and he say, forget about these things because he got a lot of things he have to do. So I said, fine. He told my daughters that he gonna call back yesterday.
Yes.
And then my daughters asked me to Jimmy call.
Right.
So I said, no. Why he call?
Sure.
So I called Jimmy. What do you want? And he said, well, I will not forget about you guys.
Yep.
And then he say maybe we still wanted you guys to come down there Friday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, then okay. And then he called my daughter. He said, coming to Friday morning.
Right.
And my daughter said, okay. And then that's it. That's it. We don't ask him you guys are concerned neither. or anything. Well, you think that my daughter's looking at a date so bad? That's why we're asking to you guys?
No. Is this the way you remember it, Jimmy Fred?
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah, but you're not down here to do anything. I mean, there wasn't anything implied.
I am so lost.
Yeah, I don't really understand where like the native anger is coming from. I mean, is it because you had to miss work? Is it because Star is not going to have a date? Is it because there was a misunderstanding?
No, listen. We already off Friday anyway, this show
so
or
you're
not.
upset that you took off work and came down here and
No,
there's
it isn't.
No, she's already off on Fridays.
I'm already off.
You're off on Fridays anyway.
Right.
I'm already off, so I don't mad about it.
Because
The thing is that
Judge Judy would at least compensated you for work. So now you don't even have that.
thing is that you guys ask me to, and my daughters come here for hang around or do something, not concerned about it or any starting or dating or whatever it is.
So you're upset that you're here now. You expected there to be guys for you and your daughter, and which there could have been. It would have been very easy because the emails were rolling in, especially for your daughter. And then all of a sudden there were, There were a bunch of them for you as well. But we didn't make the effort to do it because we didn't think it was going to happen. It was what you call a miscommunication, Star's mom. All right?
No, it isn't.
It's not what. That's not what you call miscommunication?
No, it isn't.
What, you were misled?
Because you guys already put on, people we even come here, you guys say already tell, we wanted to think about it. You are second concern things. And then that's why we're not going to home. Actually, my husband called me, let me know what's going on, I'm here.
I think she's mad that she's here and not doing anything, regardless of what it is.
Well, here's a bumper sticker for you.
I mean, Jimmy he spoke maybe for T-Man, and maybe he shouldn't have or whatever,
Yes.
but there's just a miscommunication between...
And let this be word of advice for everyone in the future. Anything that comes out of that little balding man's mouth does not come from me. All right?
That's not right.
You're right, it's not right. And I'm glad I have to make this statement now to clear the air for the future. He has no license to speak for me. He misled you? Let him have his own little moment where he sets up guys for you, because I don't have it happening this morning. They're not here. Look what you've done. You have anything to say for yourself?
Sorry, I thought I would be able to get you to reconsider.
You didn't even tell me about it. You didn't even tell me they were coming down.
Not that you listen, really, to whatever he has to say. He may have told you. I don't know.
Okay. In the meantime, there's a woman from Alaska on line 22. Can you pick up that line? Take a seat on the couch, Star's mom. All right?
It's our counseling couch.
Yes. Relax. What the hell?
I don't know. I'm still a little confused. So it didn't work out. I mean, we're sorry. We'll pay you gas money, whatever. I'm confused where it comes from. The tears. Seems like there's more to it than this.
Oh, geez. I can't even hear her now. All right. I can't hear you. You're talking. I can't hear you, all right? All right. Pasty, console the woman.
The T-Man.
Okay, that does it. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
More music.
Now.
More non-stop music than ever before.
Has your mom stopped crying?
For a while.
Does your mom cry a lot?
Every day.
Is that an Asian mom thing, or is that too stereotypical to talk about Asian women and their over propensity, or maybe just a higher propensity to start crying at a moment's notice? Is that fair? Does that sound fair to you?
I think it's a woman thing.
Just a woman thing in general.
Right.
So the Asian woman thing doesn't add to that bit of the equation.
No, but my mom is a very sensitive and
person.
caring person.
Yes, and I understand that, and that's part of the reason we love her. And that's why I'm trying to figure out her disappointment this morning. Where truly is the disappointment coming from? Is it that you've come down this morning, we had something planned, I thought it was canceled, everyone thought it was canceled, and now you're here looking desperate? No, because there is in no way, shape, or form anyone out there can see Star as a desperate person. We've made it clear that when we asked people to send in emails wanting to go out with you, Star, we got hundreds back. I could go to the phones right now of guys that would like to go out with you if we could make it happen for them. So you can't be sitting here feeling desperate. So it can't be that. I eliminate that.
That's not it.
Okay. Then try to point to me where the disappointment is, because even if she cries every day, your mom, the fact that she's crying here in the studio has got us all a little bit feeling off now. So tell me where the disappointment comes from, then we'll have an ability to maybe be able to solve this.
Well, you kept us outside for a while, so I think it's just that we assumed you were...
Well, when I knew you were outside, I knew that you were down here thinking that this thing was going to be on this morning. You wanted to come down and meet guys, and I didn't have the guys because we told them it was off. So I felt disappointed for you. So I was like, why did they come down when I don't have the guys ready for them?
I think it just...
So I felt bad. And now here we are. We're all crying. Don't we all need a group hug?
That'd be nice.
Maybe. I don't know.
Man. And I can't even get too mad at Jimmy Fred Weeman because he probably told you, well, just come down, Stark, because we always like to have you down here, and we'll see what happens. Because the truth of the matter is, you guys are welcome down here at any time. You can sit in the studio, hang out. You can be on the air, off the air. I don't care. We love having you guys around.
Well, it just kind of sounded like we're begging to come down here is how you made it sound on air. And
we beg you to come down all the time, whenever you want, at any time. But now this is the first time we see your mom sitting there in tears with her hands in her face.
That's exactly how she looks.
Yep.
So sitting in the green room, this all just kind of was stewing for a long time.
Right.
And
wondering why we were down here.
That's what I was wondering.
I think it's just, I don't know.
Yes.
Miscommunication.
Yes.
Well, it's good you're here.
There's going to be a lot of miscommunication when your executive producer is that little man in there. Are we all feeling better now?
I don't know. We should ask my mom how she's feeling.
I don't want to ask her.
She's the main concern.
I have a feeling she's going to start crying again.
Yeah, doesn't look...
Hey, want me to prove my point? I'll just go to random phone lines. You're on the air.
Hey.
Actually, they're not so random. I know this guy wants to date you. Yes, go ahead.
I'm still willing to go with Star if you guys are interested.
Okay. Not today. It's canceled. Is Star's mom feeling bad because she was starting to warm up to the prospect of dating random men?
Ooh. I don't think that's it either.
She's not laughing.
Could that be it? She's wiping away her eyes. The tears. And that breaks my heart. Nah, but it'll be fine in about 5 minutes. Star's mom, come over to that microphone. Look what you've done now. How dare you? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you need a hug? Do you need a warm embrace?
I have enough a hug.
Why are you crying still? Have we straightened it out?
No, I'm okay.
She's got the sniffles.
Should I play a song for you, Stars Mom? Had one in mind, but it won't even go.
But if you cry every day, look at this. You got it out already.
before.
Yeah.
Unless something's changed. Long-distance company's been laid off.
Access to this long-distance provider's network is not authorized. Please call 1-800-645-00.
What does that mean? What am I hearing? Somebody explain something to me. Give me some direction this morning.
Block.
He has it blocked?
On long distance. That's what it sounded like. I don't know.
Why would you block incoming long-distance calls?
Makes no
it's a
sense.
cell phone.
No, this is something on our end. I've called long distance before. You want to get an explanation for me? We'll try a different line. That means I have to cut somebody off. Oh, John, sorry about that, dude. John?
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Oh, my goodness.
Your access to this long-distance provider's network is not authorized. Please call 1.
I've never heard that
It's okay. I'll deal with
specific.
this on my
No,
own.
you won't deal with it on your own, damn it.
They're going to help you and you're going to like
Yes.
We're your family now.
That's right.
Budget cuts, man.
Woman from Yakima, you there? Hello? I got the wrong line punched up. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
What'd you want to say?
I just wanted. I have an assumption on the reason why Star's mom feels the way that she does.
Okay.
They had too many high expectations, and they were hoping to find a really rich guy to.
You're wrong.
Uh-oh.
I can find dates, thank you very much, but I appreciate the
phone call.
The little
Never
theory on that. You're wrong.
No one ever has high expectations when they come down to this program. That's pretty much been dispelled as far as being a myth a long time ago. All right, but it's an interesting little philosophy.
Get her number, see if we can call Yakima.
So you think you've exposed Star as a gold digger is what you're saying?
Exactly.
I make my own money, thank you. I don't need a man to take care of me.
You get Fridays
Not
off
at
too?
this point. Huh?
You get Fridays off?
No, I use my vacation time to come down here and see you guys.
So that's a reason to be upset. I thought your mom said that you guys had Fridays off.
No, we
No,
took-
half a
we
day
took
off
it off.
before her. I'm off.
No, I think Star's
gotta
mom
go
has
back
it.
to
Oh, you're off.
Yeah.
But aren't you work, Star's mom?
Yeah.
Oh. You're off on Fridays.
Yeah.
Well, then now I feel bad that you took off a day's work. Now.
Well, I think it's because she takes care of an elderly friend, and she couldn't go down today to help her out.
You make enough money that you feel comfortable with your life and your profession and where you're going in the business world.
Yep, I'm taking care of myself, and hopefully one day I'll be able to take care of my parents without the help of a man. I don't need a man.
Well, if you could get the help of a man you love, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Take you. Try her line now. Oh, it just filled up. Who's this?
This is Doug.
All right. Sorry, Doug. Man, every time I came in. Hello? All right.
There we go.
Try one more time here. I don't understand why I can't dial out. Oh, I dialed wrong. Damn. Complete directionless morning.
Well, we made Star's mom happy.
Mama, do you feel better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. You
Gay
look
hasn't
better,
cried
too.
yet, though.
Yeah, let's make everybody cry that we know.
When gay cries, what the hell does that mean now? It's a lot less depressing than when Star's mom cries.
Yeah, it's true. He's got lots of reasons to be unhappy. They're understandable.
Or maybe the first time we ever heard gay cry was a little disturbing. We're so used to it now.
Yeah, he's such a baby.
We're immune to it.
It's like when he doesn't, we freak out.
Right. Well, now it's ringing. Victoria, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
This is Jim. Leave a message and I'll call you back. Bye.
Well, at least we got him now.
Yeah.
But he's not answering.
He's hiding.
See, there are certain lines that we can't dial long distance on.
Well, it's good.
And it's just random to figure out which ones they are. If we actually had a little notation on the ones we can't dial out on, it would be nice.
Long distance roulette there.
So what do we do now? Do we leave a message for Tim? What do we do? How do you want to handle this, Victoria? You can't handle this on your own. Obviously, you've proven the fact that you can't handle anything relationship-wise on your own. You make tragic errors, like sending bouquets of flowers to guys you're not in with yet.
It was funny.
It's not the flowers, it's the balloon.
It wasn't funny. It was disturbing, if anything.
Yeah.
It was not enough. You got to weigh the balance of how much humor is involved in the little funny you're trying to make with the scariness of it and make a decision based on that. Obviously, you weighed it and you didn't realize it tipped too far to the scary side. And now you're dealing with an experience that you can learn from, but you lost perhaps a good guy in the process.
Yeah. There's plenty of men up in Alaska, though, I think.
And by the way, women who think they are funny, women who truly think that they're funny people, are never funny.
Because she still thinks this is funny.
Yeah, you still think it's funny, and meanwhile, you're sitting there dumbfounded.
Because it's just so innocent.
At least say, T-Man, I thought it was funny. I realize now it's really not that funny.
I realize now that you shouldn't joke about pregnancy, I guess.
It's not even it.
I don't even know if that's truly it. I think it's just the overwhelmingness when you combine everything of getting flowers in your workplace. That's not enough, so she has to stick on a balloon that says it's a girl. You compound all these things, and then you become not worth it.
Oh, man.
Do you want to be a woman who's not worth it? Star's mom's starting to cry for you. Is that who you want to be? You want to be, she's got some benefits, but she's totally not worth it, dude. Is that who you want to be?
No.
Then stop it.
Okay.
Stop thinking you're funny.
Right. Agreed.
Don't do any open mic nights either. Yeah, right. Okay? So we've learned something from this?
I guess.
Way to go.
She says, I guess, but I don't think she really understands.
Well, I just know that I'll never do that again. That, I guess I've learned from it.
After you gave him the best Hummer of his life, too.
I think maybe. It was actually pretty good.
Really?
She did her best work.
How do women know if it's so good? He was sitting there all potted out, too, huh?
Yeah.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because I know.
If you make a stone guy finish, that's probably a pretty good job in my mind.
Just turning me on, though. I just know.
You can't hang up, can you?
No. How do you know? What makes you so sure?
Because, like, you can tell if someone's feeling
You just
good.
know when you're good at something, whether it's athletics or anything in life.
Of course.
And
it's not
you're
like
talented,
that's
you're talented in that area.
I wouldn't even go so far as to say that. It's just that night I wanted to please, and I
got the job done.
Very good.
You brought your A game.
Too much effort.
Oh, Star has a comment. Co-host of the morning. Yes, what was that?
I think
too much emphasis on how.
Maybe she put in a little too much effort with the Hummer and the sending the flowers and balloons.
So she was coming on too strong.
To get a signal from him that he
Star
liked her.
knows how to work it just perfectly. That she doesn't give too much of an indication when she truly is into a guy.
You guys for dates.
When she truly is into a guy, she knows just how much to lay on. And you haven't mastered that ability to know how much to lay on and how much to lay off.
Yeah.
But maybe she figured after 5 dates, and I'm assuming that they were, quality dates, that she knew him
Don't you
somewhat.
love 20-year-olds with crying moms in the studio giving you advice?
That's just my perspective.
Yes. And it's a fair one.
Solid.
She came on too strong.
Star, I just have to say, I don't know how you make your own money if you are always in the studio or on the phone. When the hell do you work?
She calls us from work.
I guess that's job security right there, sweetheart.
Yes.
You might need a man soon.
Wow.
Actually, I work for a great company, and I have very understanding coworkers who do know about the show, and they let me come down. And by the way, I'm using my own vacation time, so you can shut up and get off the phone, quit giving guys Hummers, and go find new dates. That's what you should be concerned with.
At least I could find a date. I'm not asking T-Man for that.
Oh, geez.
I'm not asking him.
You are
I came
too.
down here. I'm still
You
down
had your
here.
mom
I'm not.
cry for you.
Excuse me. I'm not mad. Thank you very much.
All
I
right.
have a date this Sunday.
Listen,
as a matter of
ladies.
fact.
Then why are you
Ladies.
begging T-Man?
Why don't you send each other flowers and call it a day? Victoria.
Hey, T-Man, thanks for your help, man.
Victoria.
Yeah.
We hope you keep in contact with us.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, love, and maybe someday we'll meet you.
Awesome.
Okay. 'Cause we like girls who are talented. All right, take care.
I got that plane ticket already for her that you wanted me to send her. It's coming down.
It's just, you put it in a nutshell, she came on too strong. Forget the comedy, put that aside. Forget everything of an indication of pregnancy. Plain and simple. You come on too strong, guys will back off.
He got scared.
Oh, jeez.
I would be scared too of her.
Jeez. Star knows from Scary Chicks, man.
You're on the air. It's a big call day. 1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. We will take calls pretty much the rest of the way home. You're on the air. Hello.
Rob,
Yes.
how are you, buddy?
What'd you call me? You call me by my first name, like you're in with me, like we're buddies, like we're pals?
Gee, no, okay, I apologize.
Okay.
I have just one quick thing. You are halfway sensitive. I want to thank you for the football this weekend. My kid said thank you again.
What football?
What football?
Probably wasn't even me. What are you talking about, sir?
The Seahawks game.
Oh, at the Seahawk game.
Yes, I want to say thank you again.
Oh, that was you sitting behind us?
That's our seat. He's the seat.
Oh, I see. Okay. This was a situation at the last Seahawk home game. I'm sitting in Sean Springs' suite on the field. Corden Robinson scores a touchdown. Corden Robinson's a friend of mine. We've been out a few times. He comes over after scoring a touchdown and hands me the ball.
And you danced.
I did a little touchdown dance with the ball.
How'd it look?
It wasn't broadcast in Seattle, so people in Seattle didn't see it. But I did a little stupid touchdown dance to celebrate with Corden Robinson, even though they were getting crushed.
Yes.
Then after that, people from the seats above us start screaming at the suite, "Hey, you guys are all rich anyway, just give us the ball!"
Jeez.
I realized there was something to that I should hold on to this ball. I didn't need the ball, and I saw some people that were true hardcore fans behind us.
The common unwashed?
So I turned around and I threw the ball in the air, and this fine gentleman caught it.
Yes, me and my kids want to say thank you, and I want to come to your party if possible.
Well, you got a ball. Leave it at that.
How many souvenirs do you want from the host here?
The party doesn't accept common unwashed.
Well, ask Star's mom. What do you think, Star's mom? Is this man invited or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, anything to make her happy, right?
Wait, a renewed vigor and enthusiasm from Star's mom.
Sir, did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
You're in.
Thank you.
Okay.
And thanks, Star's mom.
Thank you, everybody.
How you feeling over there?
I'm okay.
Yeah? Want to take more calls? Apparently we're a little behind.
Yeah. Sounded like it.
But you can contact Star's mom, apparently, at 1-866-663-T-Man. It's the holidays, and it doesn't sound like Star's mom's in the greatest of holiday spirits this morning. We want to change that. 1-866-663-T-Man.
The T-Man.
I'm going steady. And I French kiss. So everybody does that. Yeah, but Daddy says I'm the best at it.
Excuse me. A full hour left for phone calls, and nothing but phone calls. I've had Terry Free put his stories away. I have Star sitting to our right as a co-host here, that I'm ready to do nothing but go to the phones the rest of the way home, but I have a very strong feeling that a lot of these calls are going to be strictly just let me in the in-studio Christmas party, T-Man. And I would like to take a couple of calls with a little more substance. Is that too much to ask?
By the way, that's the best way not to be there.
Right.
Yes. Like, I haven't dealt with enough already this morning. The dysfunctional family is so hard to maintain. It's unbelievable. I got to keep everybody happy. How do you keep a dysfunctional family happy?
We have a job to do. We can't even do our job. I don't know what it is, but putting fires out all morning I don't think is it.
And I have John back on one of these phone lines wanting a final decision. And you know what? He is entitled to a final decision after all, telling him whether he's going to be invited to the in-studio Christmas party or not. So what is it?
Let's go to John.
But what is the final decision? He's been waiting for a final decision for days. I think there's no reason he can't be at this party. Now, Gay has threatened he'll never come on this program again.
Mm-hmm.
If we even talk to John. So all I got to do is punch up this line, say hi to John, and according to Gay's last email, he'll never participate in this program again. And that is a threat we have to take very seriously. Good morning, John.
Good morning, T-Man.
You are entitled, after all the dangling, twisting in the wind that you've had to deal with over the past number of days, to find out whether you're invited to the in-studio Christmas party or not. What if we made an arrangement that you have to abide by an in-studio Christmas party restraining order? And you know what? He doesn't even bother Gay. Gay goes after him on the chat lines.
Nothing to restrain.
Gay chases his own stalker.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Hey, I just want to know if Star's mom needs a shoulder to lean on.
You want to be her date?
Sure, I'll come in to a Christmas party. She can lean on my shoulder.
A lot of guys, from what I'm seeing on these phone lines, want to be Star's mom's date for the in-studio Christmas party.
Yeah, but the thing about me, though, every time I hear her voice, it's like a skip in the heart. It's just, her voice is just touching.
You find her voice touching?
I do. My heart skips a beat every time I hear it.
Wow.
You can start stalking her now.
You've really touched him.
But I don't think John really stalks anybody. He's got kind of a bad rap.
I just want to know if Gay got a job yet. I haven't heard him on the the chat line the last 2 nights.
Maybe he's being smart.
John would certainly qualify as far as being invited to the in-studio Christmas party because he has made an impact to the program.
Oh.
Wow.
Gay.
Is he actually sleeping?
What?
He sleeps on Friday mornings because he went out the night before. Thursday night is his big going out night.
He knows.
You went out last night, Gay?
Yes.
To the Cove?
Yes.
And John should know about that?
Yeah, because that's where he freaking stalked me.
Last night?
No, not last night, but he's done it in the past.
Like 2 months ago.
But he's leaving you alone now. Get over it. You're lost without your stalker.
You know, I have a real big problem with Gay right about now. How dare he tell me I can't come down to Miracle on Elliott and give a bag of toys because he's going to be down there?
I didn't say you can't come down there.
All right, here's the final deal. All right? Jeez. John has been officially invited to the T-Man in the Mornings in-studio Christmas party.
Fine, I won't be there. Have a good day.
Oh, jeez, come on.
Gay will be there. I have no doubts.
Bill's on.
Everywhere he goes, he has bells on too.
Yeah, I know he'll be there, but I can see his point.
You can see his point?
Well, I mean,
John
doesn't want the guy there.
And of course, this invitation is given to you with the promise that you will leave Gay alone at the in-studio Christmas party. Understood?
Understood. You don't even remember what I look like.
You promise not to talk to him if he doesn't want to be talked to look at him if he doesn't want to be looked at, to sing to him if he doesn't want to be sing to, and anything else that may fall under the heading of...
Thank you for being a friend.
Okay.
John?
I will leave him alone, T-Man.
Okay. You're invited. There you go.
There you go.
And that's final. Hang on. We'll give you information.
You like John?
1-866-663 T-Man, you're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Thank you.
You too.
You're on the air. Hello?
T-Man.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to make a comment about the girl that called in earlier to send flowers to her boyfriend.
From Anchorage, yes.
Yeah, he didn't want to mess with her because he had a sense that she was crazy. And then when she the flowers, he realized that she was a nutcase.
It is unfortunate that if you truly like someone that you have to lay back a lot. That's unfortunate that games have to be played to such a degree. But because everyone knows that, if you don't abide by those rules that everyone knows about, you come across as too aggressive and psycho. That's not the way it should be, but it's the way it is. She should know that. She probably did know that and went against the rules, and he felt too moved upon too quickly.
Yeah, because anybody knows that, it's a girl, you send some balloons, some flowers like that.
It's not funny. It's
like,
pointless.
It's crazy.
And it's going to only perhaps make him very leery of you.
Of course.
And she's sitting there completely confused as to why he won't return her calls. I got a guy on the line who says he sent a woman 100 roses because he was so in love with her after a few dates, she never talked to him again.
Wow.
Yeah.
100 roses?
100 roses.
I can't even afford a dozen.
Yeah,
and now there are tons of women out there that are saying, oh, if only a guy would send me 100 roses. Yeah, get him and see what you feel like. Right. Have 100 roses show up at your house after 2 dates and see if you truly feel like, oh, my dream has come true. A guy has sent me 100. You might be scared. You might feel like you have a John in your life.
What do you want?
You're coming to the party, and you know it.
No, I'm not.
So stop putting up this big charade of you not showing up.
And how can we take your threat seriously if you answer the phone?
Now, I know when John sent you those 100 butt plugs, you got upset. But those days are over. Oh, geez. Oh, man.
Wow.
Kind of like that.
Hey.
1-866-663 T-Man.
The T-Man.
All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one.
All right, so here's the deal. A guy named Tim is calling in claiming that he's the guy that Victoria was talking about with the whole sending the flowers and the balloon that said it's a girl thing, and a friend told him that we were talking about a situation, and he's calling in now to talk about it, I guess. A, should we assume that it is the Tim? I guess Weeman feels comfortable because he asked him to give him the number that Victoria gave us, and they matched.
Ooh.
So that pretty much makes it clear that it is the guy that we were looking for. But I don't have Victoria on the line now. I wanted to hash it out between the two of them. What do you want me to do now? I'm going to put Tim on the line?
Interesting to hear his side.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
I'm over it.
Okay.
Let me just, all right, I'll see if he wants to talk. He may not even know why he's calling. Tim?
Yeah.
How you doing? This is T-Man. We're on the air. Is that cool with you or what?
Yeah, that's cool with me.
That is. You are familiar with the story that Victoria told us on the air, are you not?
Somewhat. I was asleep and woken up by some coworkers.
Okay. Do you have someone in your life, whether it's serious, whether it's not so serious, named Victoria?
Kind of.
But you know who she is?
Yes, I do.
Did she spend the night with you recently where she gave you a pleasurable situation?
Yes, she did.
Okay. Would you be okay if I called her back right now?
I don't really want to talk to her.
You don't?
No.
Well, she was under the impression, let me just put it this way, 5 dates in with you, she said she had. Is that accurate?
No, it's not.
You did not take her out on 5 dates?
No.
But why does she have the feeling that you took her out on 5 dates? Is she, like, considering having lunch in the lunchroom, or do you work together, or what?
No, I've seen her, well, my buddy's girlfriend has been cutting her hair.
Okay, yeah, she did mention a haircut connection.
Yes.
I don't remember what it was, but okay. But there has not been a true 5 dates between you and her.
There hasn't been one true date.
So she's under the impression that she's dating you, and she's dated you 5 different times, and she hasn't dated you in the classic definition even once.
No, because I believe a date should be like going out to dinner or something.
Like you ask her out, you take her out to dinner, movie, something like that. That hasn't happened even once.
Well, okay, I've gone to the movies with her once, but...
Okay, that'd be one date.
Yeah, that'd be one date, but
all right.
I don't think stopping by her house...
What other things could she be confusing for a date? Like, what other things happened that she may be saying, oh, that was a date?
Probably stopping by her house and just hanging out with her for a little bit, or either talking on the phone.
So you're friends with her, but if she's under the impression that you guys are dating, she's sadly mistaken?
Yes.
Well, then why the other night did she get really good feelings about you and her as a couple when you were passed out in your bed, more or less, and she went down on you? Why did you allow that to happen if you're just friends? Because that's what friends do sometimes?
I don't know.
But is it understandable that based on that she felt that you two were somewhat of, maybe not a couple, but together in some sense?
I was actually looking towards going out with her, but then
she says she feels...
She started talking about love a couple days ago.
Oh, wow.
She says she feels she blew it when she sent you a bouquet of flowers and a balloon that she thought was going to be a funny joke that you would be laughing about because she said you had a great sense of humor that said, it's a girl.
Well, the thing is, I work with my dad, and as soon as he saw a balloon show up at the place that I work that says "it's a girl" on the top, he automatically thought that I was expecting a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But did you also were you able to explain to your dad, hey, I don't know, what's going on here?
So you didn't think that was very funny?
No.
And certainly, even if it was funny, it was coming on too strong for a girl who should feel a little bit more leery about you and her as a couple.
Yeah, that's moving a little bit too fast.
Right.
A lot too fast for me.
So she blew it.
Oh, yeah.
Any chance she had with you, she did stupid things, she was too aggressive, and she blew it.
Way too aggressive.
And now you want nothing to do with her, you're not returning her calls, and the message should be clear.
Is there any clearer way than to put it?
No. So does anyone have a problem with Tim based on this scenario, that he's a bad guy, that he's not being nice? Anyone got a problem with that?
I think that he should at least, say, hey, return a phone call and say, look, I thought I made it clear to you, but if I really have to be, that blunt.
More blunt?
She's owed a phone call for an explanation.
Yes. Right.
Are you sure, even though women say they'd like that, does that really help to hear it point blank?
Maybe.
I'm not into you anymore. There was a chance, but it really isn't there anymore. You blew it, honey. All that stuff?
Maybe in this particular situation.
Tim, I think you stick with keep ignoring her phone calls, dude.
All right, I'm with you.
Women will always say they want to be talked to about it, but it never helps. It only makes things worse.
It makes it worse for the both of us.
Eventually, she'll get the message over time that you're not returning her phone calls and there's no communication for the reason that you're not interested, and that'll be the best way to go about it.
Exactly.
And I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a man or a woman to feel that Tim is being a dick because she came on too strong. She blew it.
Exactly.
Blew it. You don't send, the dude works with his dad. His dad almost had a coronary. Tim?
Yeah.
Good man. Way to get that Hummer first. All right, sir. Take care.
All right, you too.
Do you want me to call her just to get it clear to her or no?
Hey, you're more than welcome to.
All right, hang on 1 second. Let me see if she's around.
She's right, though. He's a barrel of laughs.
Yeah.
She must have done a good guy. Let me see if she's around. She could be crying right now. Oh, that's right. I can't call. This is the number I can't call on?
Jesus. Yeah. Try a different line.
All right.
Someone's...
I can't get a free line.
What?
Hang on. All right. There we go. I had to disconnect somebody.
Will it go through?
These questions and many more. Moral of the story is, play it cool. Oh, jeez. All right, she doesn't seem to be there, Tim.
Okay.
You want to leave her a
that's the
message?
only
No.
number I know how to
You can
reach
leave
her
her a
at.
message right now, Tim.
Victoria, this is Tim. Sorry about all the inconvenience that I've set towards you, but you move a little bit too fast for me, so maybe you can find some other guy that likes an aggressive woman, but I don't. So see you around.
Very fairly put.
Wow.
Very nicely stated. Victoria, we're
Yes? Yes? Come here. You have to go potty with me.
Okay.
I don't have a phone if you're not coming.
Gay just went potty.
The T-Man.
What do you know from funny, you bastard?
So now Victoria's calling back. I have to stretch this thing out. 10-minute intervals. I try to reach them myself. I can never get a hold of them. Tim comes on the line and says that his co-workers woke him up. I tried to wake him up, and I couldn't do it. His co-workers called. He's more than happy to take their call.
Right.
Right.
I don't know. Do I even put Victoria on the line now? Isn't the message pretty much clear?
Well, one final rebuttal.
Do I have to send Star's mom up to her house, too? Victoria.
Oh, my God, that so did not just happen.
Did you hear him on the air?
Oh, and the fake name would have been such a good idea.
Why didn't you call in?
I was trying.
No, Victoria, you have nothing to be ashamed of. Absolutely nothing. What happened here has happened to a million people and then some. You like the guy. You showed your cards too early. You showed your cards too early. Nothing to be ashamed about, but in the game-playing world that we live in, it's something to learn. Next time you really like a guy, you better not show him.
Keep the 3 kings when you right there in your hand.
Mm-hmm. You ever play poker?
Yeah.
Got a big hand? What do? You don't let anyone know.
Right.
And now you feel like a moron. I know.
I totally do. I totally do. And you know what? This radio station is like the most popular one in Anchorage, so everybody knows that Victoria Roberts.
Oh, jeez. Well, they didn't know your last name.
Yeah,
they didn't know.
His last name.
Yes.
It's okay.
Right.
We all learn. You know?
Oh, star chiming in. Feels for
But at least
you.
this time she's sympathetic. Thank you.
Now, Victoria.
I know.
Do we want to try one last effort of getting you and Tim on the phone together?
No, I heard him flat out. He was like, I don't want to talk to her. Oh, my God.
There's plenty of men where you are at. It's okay.
After you gave him such a good
Shut up.
night,
such my coworker who
a
was sitting
terrific night of oral passion.
Oh my
You
God.
said you were really on.
Because you told those people that? I was like,
We're not just people. We're your family.
That's right.
Yes, and you got to tell your family, right? Victoria, you are now initiated to the dysfunctional family. Not that you're a family member per se, but you're part of the family in an extended fashion.
Right.
Number 384.
Right.
You're on your way to next year's in-studio Christmas party.
All right. Yeah, you have a good start. Let me let me see if I can get Tim on the line, just because it'd be fun. So they have to talk face to face one last time.
All right.
But so now do you realize it wasn't funny?
No.
Would it be cool? Would there be justice in the world if she could take the Hummer back and then in Tim's mind it never happened? Would that be right? Would that be more right about the world? If you were the Lord, would you give Victoria the option now that she's been totally played?
Yes.
To be able to just not necessarily scroll back in time, but just somehow, some way, eliminate the fact that the Hummer ever happened.
Oh, my God.
Take it away and give it to me.
If you
Well, no, because women would do that to you guys. You wouldn't want that.
If you could do that right now, would you?
If I could take that back?
Yeah.
I'd take back the fact that I said it out loud.
Would you take back, but would you like to take back the act? That means you would not be able to recall it in your mind either. It never happened. Would you take it back? You would?
Yeah.
Ah, you can. That makes you more of a loser. All right, hang on.
Well, the other thing, too, is that he claims that he's never taken her on 5 days, just one.
Yeah, what about that?
Okay.
How could two people have two different accounts of what's going on in their lives like that?
Because if I'm messing around with someone, but he's not my boyfriend, I'm not going to say he's my boyfriend, but we're dating, right?
But you said 5 different dates. I asked you specifically.
Like one-on-one.
But a day at his house or your apartment is not a date.
Oh.
That's just them coming over.
Right.
But it's not like... But he's more than a friend, but not a boyfriend.
All right. Well, why don't you...
nothing now.
Why don't you have him on the line and be very gracious as a loser and tell him that you understand and that you're not gonna have to. He's not gonna have to worry about any whatever you decide. No, you just make a decision on what you want to tell him. If I'm able to get him on the line, all right?
Yeah.
All right.
But you want me to quote unquote hang out tonight?
The fact that we can help you provide closure, I think, is a nice thing.
Yes.
Because I'm all about closure.
Oh, sure you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't think it's overrated or anything, huh?
And meanwhile, he's not answering his phone. Did you know his dad worked with him? For
but
goodness
his dad
sake.
wasn't in town that day. He went and picked his dad up later that night.
Well, he said his dad almost had a coronary.
No, he was not, because when I talked to him later,
So he's
he
a
was like, oh.
so he's a liar?
He wasn't there.
He's not answering his phone.
He doesn't sound like a liar.
Oh, I know. And you guys so took his side. You were like, oh, don't call her.
It was hard not to take his side.
Man, shut up. Because he's a nice guy. Well, that's why I liked him, because he was a nice guy. So I was trying to be nice. I sent him flowers. The guy didn't even say thank you. How rude is that?
Nice guys can be the meanest.
It's not that you sent him flowers. It's, it's the intent behind it.
Right.
And I actually said that he should at least call you. And
I know. I heard that. Thank you, Terry. I don't know why everyone calls you.
Because you always stick up for women, Terry.
Dang it, typical woman I am.
All right, let me try him one last time. And then I'll try 16 more times. I really think that closure isn't official yet until they speak together.
Oh, no, I pretty much...
He doesn't even have his phone on for you.
No.
I got it.
What?
I got the...
It's official.
Message.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, then I guess it's over, Victoria.
Yeah.
I tried.
Okay. Have a good day.
Call us soon.
I will.
Yes.
Bye.
10 minutes?
Bye.
Saturday.
That means a woman who has an ability to give a quality Hummer is available.
Oh, my goodness.
In Anchorage.
Wow.
Which isn't hard to come
I
by.
am never doing that ever again. Ever.
Which I'm sure actually no is very hard to come by because there aren't many women in Anchorage, right?
A lot more men.
Oh, they say it. They say so, but I think the average you're looking.
Yeah, very good. We're not interested. Thank you, Victoria. Bye.
So she's swearing off all Hummers.
Did you say that?
Yeah, she said, I'm never doing that again.
Don't send a balloon that says it's a girl. That's what you should stop doing.
Yeah, it's not about swearing off all Hummers.
Keep doing that.
Pasty?
Yes, sir.
You do want to get guys in the future, don't you?
Yeah, right.
Just next time, don't blow it with them. She doesn't see that that's not why it was blown.
Right.
Still doesn't see it.
Yes,
Pasty?
sir.
What's happening there in the big gay house?
Unfortunately, not a lot of progress here. It doesn't look like we still have a member to the party yet.
Okay.
Put gay on the line, would you please, and stop breathing heavy.
Is there a standoff?
What, are you in bed?
No.
Has Star's mom crawled in bed with you, or what?
No, I'm in my living room.
You are?
Yes.
Gay.
What?
You know that there's no way that you could sit back on the morning of the in-studio Christmas party and just listen on the radio. You know that's not possible.
Yeah, there is a way.
Huh? All right. You know how depressed you'll be after the party's over.
Then you shouldn't have invited him.
All through the Christmas holiday if you weren't a part of it.
Live with it.
Yeah, this will ruin your
I can
Christmas.
live with it.
I know
I'll
you
live with
can
it
because you're a
fine.
bastard.
I may be. I am what I am. But I had to invite John because John has been fine from our standpoint, even in connection with you.
What? I don't care.
I think you should.
I cannot believe you're actually letting him go.
I think you should understand it's not a big deal.
Oh, for you? No, you love it.
It's not a big deal for the last person it's a big deal for is you. You think he's going to do anything with everyone knowing that...
I'm not worried about him doing anything. He shouldn't be rewarded for the crap that he's pulled.
Huh?
A little bit of truth to that, I guess.
What kind of crap has he pulled? You go look for him on the chat lines.
I don't look
how
for
dare him,
Scott.
Well, he's not stalking you anymore. Maybe you could be friends.
He never stalked you to begin with.
Yes, he did.
He didn't.
Screw you. I'm tired of this.
All right.
He can do whatever he wants, and you're going to love it.
And when you hear on that morning John singing Summer Nights in a duet with Dump Truck Guy, you're going to feel like you really missed out.
Oh, yeah.
He should come run the board so Dave can go.
Yeah, are you available on that morning? Sounds like you are.
Okay, Gay, decision's yours. Doesn't have to be made now. It can be made later.
The door's still open. I hope to see you there.
Where's Star's mom?
On my couch.
Hand her the phone.
Hold on.
She's looking at the sweeping view of the city.
Yeah.
Hello?
Are you having a good time there?
Yeah.
I guess the mission hasn't been accomplished, but it's not your fault. Time to come back, okay?
Alrighty.
All right, Star's mom. Yes.
Star's mom can't get you to go to a party.
Sounds better.
Yes, it's amazing how a person's emotions could turn around so quick. And so it was, ladies and gentlemen. And so it was.
The T-Man.
Okay, that does it. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Check, yeah, this is Ludacris. Yeah, baby. Q93, heads up.
I close my eyes and bring my mind to ease, visioning myself on a beach of quietness. I'm walking through the whirls of the wind, carrying me down the shoreline. Opening my arms, I spin and dance with the wind, feeling free and my soul uplifting. I stop and look to my right as the ocean's inviting me in. Glancing above, I see the sign as it holds no prejudice against me. I continue to walk on this peaceful land. As my body absorbs the salty air, I dream myself into your arms, where I gather a sense of security, the touch of your hand to mine. Soon the alarm goes off and my eyes open. It was a dream, one spent with you. Hello, this is Al, a.k.a. the Dribbler 69.
The T-Man.
Here's to 5 miserable months on the wagon and all the irreparable harm that it's caused me.